Hello and welcome to build up to a good game ahead of West Ham United against Leeds United in FA Cup third round kickoff. 1 hour and 5 minutes away, so we'll get the West Ham team in 5 minutes when it's officially announced. However, we believe it's a relatively strong side from the Hammers today. Very, very, very strong team from David Moyes. I'd almost say it's our first 11, given that the personnel
would you now?
that's available. Gonzo, how are you feeling?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, my feelings have changed in the last 15 seconds, basically. That's interesting. That really is. Well, clearly we're taking it seriously. Love that, actually. I love that. I really do. I really do. David Moyes has deemed that he can rotate the squad enough with 3 games in a week, and we discussed this in the Patreon breakfast this morning about him maybe just not letting them train in between. If he's decided that he can do that, and actually what he's going to do is take the FA Cup seriously, I can't ask for any more. Geo, I really can't. He took the League Cup seriously. He's taken Europe seriously. Clearly, the Premier League. He says it's a priority, and that's fine. Great, but not at a detriment of the other tournaments, it seems. Yeah, Premier League's priority, but I'm still going to give the others a right old crack. I like that. I'm chuffed, actually. Really pleased.
We'll get official confirmation of the team in a few minutes anyway, but there has been sort of rumours all week of COVID cases at West Ham United, and it's pretty certain, it's pretty confirmed now that Vladimir Coufal and Harrison Ashby are the 2 players with COVID, as well as Kurt Zouma. However, Kurt Zouma is obviously injured, so it doesn't really impact him anyway. Arguably, the good thing is he's had it now, so in theory, when he does come back from his injury, he's less likely to get it. So possibly a good thing that Zouma's got it, but Ashby and Coufal are the 2 players supposedly with COVID today. Gonzo, does that give Moyes an opportunity to play Ryan Fredericks, or is it a bit of a loss? Well, given the rest of the team, the expectation would be that Coufal probably would have played.
I don't know, unless you're playing possum there, and Johnson's playing it right back, and Cresswell said our strongest team. So I don't know. You might be playing tricks on me. I don't trust you anymore. Hey?
No tricks.
No, well, in which
when
case,
do I ever trick you?
I don't know. There's a first time for everything. Yeah, I like the sunshine. The sunshine in the north of England, my friend. It's a special day today, so you might be up to no good, you know. That sun beaming through the window.
I thought today would have been a good opportunity for Harrison Ashby, but then it probably would have been in the end, given that David Moyes has taken the Cup series. One thing worth mentioning ahead of the lineups coming out is it's FA Cup, so there is 5 substitutions available to both managers today. So David Moyes can make 5 substitutions. It's not limited to 3 as per Premier League. And VAR is in place. It's only in place at Premier League grounds. Obviously, it's at London Stadium, so VAR is in place for today's game as well. Just a couple of things to note ahead of the FA Cup tie. I'm going to be honest. I said it to you this morning when we did the breakfast show. During the week, we did the preview. I was a bit dismissive of the FA Cup and a bit like, meh, I've got the league, got the Europa League kind of thing. But in the last 48 hours or something, the FA Cup bug as well and truly got me. Last night, found myself thinking, please play a really strong team tomorrow. And I almost found myself prioritising this game over the Norwich one, whereas in the week, I would have probably selected the other one. I would have thought the Norwich one was more important. I don't know if it's a Mark Noble factor. I don't know if it's because it's our dream to win the FA Cup. As a child, I never grew up really dreaming of watching West Ham win the UEFA Cup as it was back then, but I certainly grew up wishing to see West Ham win the FA Cup. So, yeah, the FA Cup bugs got me, Gonzo.
Why not? Hey, why not? That's what it's all about, mate. You know, if you can't enjoy the football, then what's the point? But you know what? I understand the not the reluctance, but maybe just the fact that you're not enjoying the build-up, because really, did you have much faith that we were going to put out a strong team? I think it was more a case of, I'm not telling you how you feel and why you feel, only you can answer that, but with it building up, if you don't think that David Moyes is going to put out a strong team, and if by association you feel that that's fine, because we understand that he's going to take Europe seriously, we understand he's going to take the Premier League seriously, then it's hard to get excited about it, I think, anyway. But now we get here and you've watched the games over the weekend, you think, well, I wouldn't mind a bit of this. Now David Moyes comes out and says, and his actions say, I'm going to have a go at this. It's hard not to be excited. It's FA Cup day, mate, proper occasion. And like you say, you know, we've all dreamt of watching, of wanting to see West Ham lift the FA Cup.
Right, would you like to see the West Ham 11 Gonzo? I say see it. I'm not showing you. I'm going to tell you it, and if it's right, I
Tell
can
me.
click the banner I've prepared in advance. No, I'll tell you it. The West Ham team today is Areola in goal with a back four of Ryan Fredericks, Craig Dawson, Issa Diop, and Ben Johnson. Midfielder Declan Rice, Thomas Soucek, Michael Antonio up front with an attacking midfield trio of Jared Bowen, Manuel Lanzini, and Nikola Vlasic.
Wonderful. Fornell's obviously not featured. There would be the one, but I think that's right and that's fair. Yeah, got it. Brilliant.
Checking I made it right. I'm just checking I typed it correctly.
I like it. Look, let's be perfectly blunt here. Leeds United's first team would struggle against that team. I think, you know, because of the way we play, you know, and because they're fantastic. Leeds, you know, I like the way Leeds play. I like what Bielsa's done. I like the way they play football. And apart from when they play West Ham, I enjoy watching them play. And invariably, when I watch them play, I think, oh, go on, I wouldn't mind you winning here because I quite enjoy it, you know. But when they play us, I do think they often play into our hands. You know, it's like we set traps for them and they fall into it almost every time. So I think their best team would struggle against that. Are they going to play their best team? Well, I don't think they can because of injuries. It's interesting to see what they put out. But look, whatever team Leeds put out there, Gio, against that, they will try and keep the ball and they will play in that Bielsa way. Bielsa's not going to put a second 11 out if he does, and they're going to start giving it the old Sam Allardyce treatment and hoofing it up the pitch. They're still going to play pass and move and press and attack quickly.
Yeah, it's a much stronger team than I thought. I thought we'd see like a League Cup, like Europa League team, but this 11 is stronger than any 11 we've named in Europa League or League Cup to date, in my opinion. I think this is our first 11 of the players that's available. Obviously, Creswell, Zuma, Bona would get in, but they're unavailable. Sufal would get in, but he's unavailable. Ben Rama possibly also unavailable with African nations. And the only one is the goalkeeper, which is Areola and Fabianski. But I think that's a bit of a coin toss anyway. I think you were to ask the fan base who's the best goalkeeper of the two. I think it would be relatively split down the middle. So I think that's our first 11 that's available to the manager today, which just surprised me. I never expected him to take it this seriously or go this strongly, especially when you consider Leeds' history of the FA Cup, if you like, and Bielsa's history in the cup competitions too. It's a fair play to him. It's a very, very strong team. I'm looking forward to that front four of Lanzini, Bowen, Vlasic, and Antonio. I'm looking forward to that combination because until we get someone in the January transfer window, bar for now, that is the only players available to us while Ben Rama's away. So they have to click. We need that four to be working. It is a makeshift back four, but again, we're saying that the good news today that Aaron Creswell's training this morning on his own, so he's close to a return as well. So very, very strong 11. Now I'll name the West Ham bench. It won't be on the screen. Charlie's not up yet. He's not in the background yet, and I can't type.
When you say he's not up, you know what that conjured in my mind is him jumping out of bed, going, oh, match is on.
He'll be along for his build-up for his part, but for now he's they can just deal with it themselves. Anyway, the bench for West Ham quite strong, to be fair. Randolph, no Fabianski given the day off. We've also got Baptiste and Elise, Masuaku, Mark Noble, Alex Kral. We do have Okoflex. Okoflex is on the bench for West Ham today, along with Pablo Finales, who makes his return after missing the last few due to COVID, and Andrei Yarmolenko.
As good as it can manage, really, isn't it? You know, there's some good players on that bench and some youngsters on there. Why not? You can't complain when all the good players are in the first team. So yeah, the bench is whatever the composition of the bench is, basically. So yeah, that's cool. I don't mind that at all. There's only with 5 substitutes, Gio. You know, if he maybe Moyes is looking at this thinking, you know what, let's get it done. If we can get it done by the first half, then I can start doing my substitutions. I'll tell you what I like about this as well is that I do wonder if David Moyes is thinking, Joe, I am going to take this tournament seriously, because if he is confident of bringing in a couple of players in January, then he might be thinking, actually, we're going to be stronger anyway come the end of the month. So if I can just get through the next round, I'll have Zuma back, I'll have Cresswell back, I'll have 2 new players in. Ben Rama's coming back in February anyway. He might just think, let's just stay in the tournament and just see how it pans out, you know?
Just to confirm for those that have just tuned in, Ashby and Sufal have COVID, as does Kurt Zuma, but he's obviously out anyway. Right, the Leeds team, the Leeds 11 here. there's one or two players that are. There's a couple of youngsters actually. Bielsa has put a couple of youngsters in here. And Massilia is in goal as always, so they've got their first choice goalkeeper in there. The back four, according to the graphic of Leeds United, the back four is Luke Ayling at right back, Firpo at left back, and then they've got Llorente and Held in the middle. Held is an 18-year-old centre back. He used to play for Ross County, actually. So an 18-year-old centre back for Leeds United today. Could be his first Leeds United game. I'm not sure. I can't remember him playing. I'll have a look, but I can't remember him playing a game for Leeds yet. So 18-year-old at back. Centre midfield pairing of Koch and Lewis Bate. You know who Lewis Bate is? Yes, I know. Koch and Bate. Yes, I know. What a pairing that is in midfield for you, Gonzo. Koch, Bate. I can see your eyes lighting up already with that phrase. You know who Lewis Bate is, though, because he was come through the Chelsea Academy. West Ham were heavily linked to him as well in the summer, but he chose to go to Leeds United over West Ham, apparently. So he gets his start for Leeds today. Attacking midfield of Harrison on the left, Click in the middle, and Dan James on the right. And up front, they've got Sam Greenwood. So nothing too bad. On the bench for Leeds, I'll just quickly rattle through this, then we'll talk about the Leeds starting 11. They've got Klassen, Drama, Moore, Macron, Jenkins, Forshaw, Dallas, Somerville, and Rafinha is on the bench as well. So, what do you reckon?
Well, they've got a match winner on the bench, certainly. I think he's having a go. It's a tough one for Bielsa. I mean, it really is.
It's half a go, though. It's half a go.
No, it is half a go, and this is what he's going to be able to. He can't, with all those fans going down, 8,500. It's magnificent, actually. And he can't, on a winter's day, drag everyone down from Yorkshire and not give it a go. He has to be able to say, "Oh look, I tried." So there were some first team players there. So I think that's really what we're seeing, in all honesty. But it's not their strongest team. And the thing is, it's always about messaging, Geo. Okay, so if he is half-hearted in his intention, right, and literally in his desire to get forward, if when he sits down in the privacy of his office with his coaches, he turns around and says, "The priority is the Premier League. That we'll go there and we'll see what happens." It's very hard to then change that messaging to the players, even if you're pretending. You know what I mean? So, how much I think work rate and desire is going to play a lot here. How much they want it. If we want it more, we just win. It's as simple as that. Yeah,
before I say my opinion, I have to say the live chat's coming up with some good old jokes here. Obviously, Major says, "Is Bate young enough to be Masturbate?" So there was one or two other that made me smile. Let's find them. James says, "Masturbate with my cock."
There you go.
Charles says that Bate is probably a strong player mentally. He's had that gag a billion times at school. I like what you've done there with the word gag as well. Good pun.
Yes,
don't know if it's intentional, but there was one or two more. Oh yeah, this one made me laugh. Have Leeds got clickbait in midfield?
Yes, absolutely.
Bielsa's got his cock out. Are you more of a cock man or an areola man? The faces are coming in. Gonzo, you're dropped under pressure here. You're going to have to come up with something good.
I've got it already. Don't worry. And so far, no one's mentioned it.
I think the Leeds team it's expected from Bielsa. I thought he would do this, which is a couple of youngsters in there as well. When I did the opposition preview for the patrons, I said this is the hardest one I've had to do. But luckily, I got Greenwood. And I got Bate as well. The only one I didn't get was that centre back. I didn't think he'd play him there. But this is where, as the Leeds fans, I guess you're looking at, you're thinking, okay, we can now see who. Obviously, Rafinha is important to Bielsa, but now we've discovered that Stuart Dallas and Adam Forshaw is held in the same regard to get them out. So it's got a full team of kids. There's loads of youngsters on the bench for Leeds as well. And I think depending how the game goes, depends what sub Bielsa makes as well. I think if it's 2-0, West Ham are 2-0 up at half-time, Rafinha ain't coming on the pitch. Neither is Forshaw or Dallas. However, if it's 0-0 with half an hour to go, I think them three are the subs that Bielsa will be making, saying, actually, we can nick this. Let's make my team stronger and go for it. It's our team's better than their team. There's no doubt about that. Patrick Bamford is a massive plus because Bielsa basically said he was going to be in the squad in some capacity to get him ready for next Sunday when they play West Ham. So no Bamford's good. It's a strong enough team. While they've got a couple of youngsters in there, they are youngsters expected to make it at Premier League level. Bate Chelsea wanted to keep Bate. He just left to go and get first team opportunities. So I don't think you can read too much into him playing in there, but we've got a better team than they do. We really do. A Bielsa 11, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They've got some players, Chelsea, haven't they? There's some players all over the place. What's his name? Your boy at Norwich and Gallagher at Palace, and got. Well, I mean, he uses Loftus-Cheek a little bit, doesn't he? Actually, to be fair, he's not a youngster anymore. I guess in the mid-20s, isn't he? But and the young Master Bates there, of course, as well, who clearly shows some promise.
Right, anyway, if you're new to this, first of all, subscribe to the channel. Don't be rude. Drop a like on it while you're here. To be kind. Myself and Gonzo are going to take a little look at Bet365. Going to put a little bet together. Gonzo's going to come up with a phrase, and I have to say, thanks to Bielsa, he's got a tap in today. He's not going to have to think too hard for this one.
No.
And then all you have to do is pop the phrase into the live chat. But before we get into that, I just want to say very quickly, thank you to Glenn earlier. Glenn. He won the $5 on Ultimate Fan through Hammer's chat, and he's given us the $5 that he's won.
Well,
so Glenn, thank you for that. Annoyingly, I've not put the link in the description, so I can't really promote it. But
just remember next week, over the next build-up, that fans do win on Ultimate Fan when we're asking you to sign up for it.
Yeah, just remember that. People, West Ham fans win because we've told them to download.
You don't have to give us your prize money, though. That's not you.
No,
you can keep it.
I'd rather you kept your prize money. Anyway, right, what are you fancying for the bet today? You've got to put West Ham winning, haven't we?
Well, I mean, Antonio's got to score, and West Ham have got to win. That's with youngsters in the defence, and I mean, he's gone strong at fullback, obviously. But it's going to be very difficult there, isn't it? Particularly when you've got. Well, I think there's such energy with our front three that we are going to score goals.
Okay. You've got two options for a player to have a shot on target, really. You've got Lanzini or Vlasic. The other ones are all 2 shots on target, and I don't like them.
Vlasic,
we'll whack him in there. And any player to be carded? We need something to boost the odds a little bit here.
What about them? Have they got any dirty players? Probably ain't heard of any of them.
Let me just have a quick look at their team. I don't know how that Bate got on at youth level. I don't know if he was quite card happy at Chelsea youngsters. I don't think he was, to be honest with you. Funny enough, that Greenwood, the striker, picks up a lot of cards, but I don't really like backing a striker to get a yellow card. I don't like it. It's not something I'm a fan of. That 18-year-old centre-back could be a shout. He got 3 cards and 11 for Ross County.
Yeah, and he's going to be facing Antonio. Go on, get him in there.
Okay, it's only 12-1 though.
What, the whole bet?
God.
Well, yeah. we're heavy favourites, aren't we? We're heavy favourites. Why don't we just go for it and see if we can actually give someone some money?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll round up to £100 as well. So that brings back 65. Hammer's chat will put in the rest to take up to £100. So if this bet wins, we'll give someone £100 cash. The following things need to happen. West Ham need to win the match in 90 minutes. No extra time and penalties in 90 minutes. Michail Antonio needs to score a goal. West Ham need to get at least 4 corners in the game. Vlasic needs to have a shot on target. And their 18-year-old centre-back, however you call his name, Leo Held, he needs to get booked. So £100 cash. Gonzo, what's the phrase?
The phrase is, funny enough, you mentioned him in the bet, Held Cock.
Held Cock. Good luck spelling that one. But Held Cock, get that into the live chat. Please spell it right, actually. Otherwise, it might...
it just looks rude. Yeah.
The channel might get flagged up somewhere.
They're players' names. I'm not being rude. These are players' names. It's the centre-back, exactly like that. The centre-back and the he's a midfielder, and he is a Cock. Cock's in the middle, isn't he?
Yeah, you can't play centre-back, but today it looks like he's playing in midfield along.
He does like it at the back.
No. Anyway, you've seen the teams. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Feeling better? More confident?
I am. I'm loving it, mate. I'm loving it. I'm really looking forward to this, actually. I mean,
you're holding your cock now.
I am, mate. That's why I'm happy. I'm mindful of being too confident and too cocky with this one, just because it could come and bite us on the arse. Sorry, everything I say sounds rude now. Sorry, folks, if you're tuning in. 700 people watching this at the moment. They're thinking, what on earth have we tuned into?
It's gone up since you said you were holding your cock, to be fair. So it's gone down, actually. It's just gone down.
Actually, we just lost 6, yeah. Mate, do you know what? I don't know what to build up on ITVs. It is on ITV, right?
Yeah, it is. It is on ITV.
Yeah, they're probably not doing this on ITV. Let's be fair. Can you imagine? Does Roy Keane still do his bit for ITV? You imagine him sat there giving it all of that. And
do you think the pundits are tempted to just have a sly play on words, though, saying, "Oh yeah, cock and bait will be a good pairing in the middle for Leeds"? And do you think
absolutely, yeah.
It goes to the break. They're like, "Ha ha, nice one, Roy. Hey,
yeah, Lee Dixon there. Oh, he's always got the old held jokes out. Yeah, absolutely. Look. We should win. We ought to win. But let's be perfectly frank here. They can be, if they're on it and they're motivated, then I think any Bielsa team can cause any team problems. I really do, Geo. They can be, they're coached in a certain way. They play in a certain fashion. And I think we've got to be mindful. We've got to be careful. But I do believe this. I do believe if we're motivated, we put in the work rate, we win. I don't think there's any doubt about that at all. If we're off it and they're taking it seriously, then I think you've got a different proposition there. However, I suspect this means more to us than it does to Leeds. And if that's the case, then that's enough.
Yeah, I agree with what Stephen's literally just said here. Stephen said Moyes has done all he can to win this game by fielding the best available team. Bielsa's named a weakened team. If we lose this, it'll be down to the effort of the attitude of the players. Can't really disagree with that, to be honest with you. I think I don't think the Leeds team's a pushover. There's no walkover there. It's their first choice goalkeepers, their first choice fullbacks. And next Sunday, there'll only be the 3 players we've mentioned that will come into the starting 11. So 8 of the players today for Leeds will start next Sunday in the league game. Possibly Bamford as well, if he's fit enough, but it's unlikely. Saying that, actually, Llorente or Koch, one of them are suspended for the league game. They can play today because it doesn't count, but they are suspended for next week as well. Listen, I'm happy with the team Moyes has put out. I think 5 subs available to us as well. It's a good opportunity to, if we do get comfortable, we can bring on Flex or something. The one disadvantage we've got, and I think this is the only disadvantage, is their away support today will be incredible for Leeds United. I think that stadium will be fantastic for Leeds. But we've got the better team. We've got the much better 11 out there. Moyes is taking this seriously. And I think as a team player, you must get a message from the manager going by the 11 he's named. And for Leeds, it'll be a case of, I'm taking my 3 most important ones, but I still want to wait. Do you, though? Because why are you not playing Rafinha then? Why are you not playing Stuart Dallas? But with West Ham, it's a case of bloody hell. Manager does want to wait. He's not even playing Martin. Martin Noble's last ever season at West Ham. Could be Martin Noble's last ever FA Cup game. He's not even playing him. No, sentimentality is not in this game. You're on the benchmark and play my best 11. So I think Moyes has done all he can. We have the right attitude. We win this game. It should be a good one, Bill. It should be open. Plenty of goals. Right, you guys watching, get your thoughts into the live chat now. It can be about the West Ham team, the Leeds team, how you've seen the match going. It can be about absolutely anything. Myself and Gonzo take a look at what you guys are saying and have a little discussion about it as well. Rich says, risk to him playing Dawson and Diop because of injury. I was a bit surprised at that, actually. Dawson's supposedly carrying a bit of an injury at the moment. Needs must.
Needs must if you're taking it seriously, and he's taking it seriously, and that's what we didn't know. Not needs must if you don't really care. If you're going to be like Bielsa's been, then fine. Let's look at it, and much like the comment a couple before that, it's Moyes could have played an 18-year-old at the back. He's decided not to. Bielsa has. So with that in mind, you have to play those 2. You just have to. So it is a risk, but I don't mind him taking it. I'm not going to sit here and praise him and say, well done, Moyes, taking it seriously. You've now made me excited by the FA Cup. And then if Dawson gets injured before the Wednesday game, start saying, I wish Moyes hadn't done that. It'd be totally hypocritical. He's taken the risk. Maybe he's confident when Zuma's coming back. Maybe he's confident in the young lad stepping in for a game or 2, whatever young lad he wants to play there, bit Alicia Baptiste, while he waits for Zuma to come back. Maybe, just maybe, he's very, very close to making a centre-back signing as well. You just don't know what's going on at all. But it is a risk. But let's go for it. Let's try and win the FA Cup.
I think it also determines on the injury, doesn't it? That's something we've not been informed of. If he's broke his finger, then I don't think there's much risk there, is there? Do you know? But if he's playing with a major back injury, then there's a massive risk that at any point you could seize up and he has to go off, kind of thing. So carrying an injury is all very well and good, but until we know exactly what it is, I think it's a little bit hard to say. But it is risky for Moyes, but at the end of the day, he has known prior to selecting his team that Craig Dawson is carrying an injury, and he's decided with the information available to him to proceed playing Craig Dawson. So he's obviously comfortable doing that. And I think the only reason he's done that is because he's comfortable that Craig Dawson can play today, he can play against Norwich, and he can play against Leeds next Sunday as well. I know somebody just said that he thinks maybe we're going to bring Elise in against Norwich. I can't see it. I can't see it at all. I think Moyes would rather played Elise Baptiste today than against Norwich.
Yeah, I agree. This is a centre-back pairing for the next 3 games, unless the centre-back comes in.
Phil Jones. Phil says if we aren't going to win the FA Cup, it's better we lose now rather than later, so we can focus on the league in Europa. Yeah, I guess so, but
well, it's better off not playing this game at all, isn't it? I mean, if that's the attitude, don't be funny. You're better off forfeiting the game and take. Honestly, you are. You probably paid a $200,000 fine, and that's probably saved that in bonuses and not play it. So that's not for me. I've got to be honest with you.
Clayton says we'd like to have seen Longello, Baptiste, and Okaflex given a start. Wouldn't have started Dawson, Souček, Antonio, or Jared Bowen. I don't know if I'd have taken 4 players. I only put 3 in though. I think that's a bit.
Well, listen. What I just said, I mean, Clayton's not a million miles away from the team that we were suggesting ourselves. Let's just put that right. But what you can't do is pick that team that Clayton's picked and the teams that we picked, and then also take the tie seriously. I think Moyes has said, right, I'm taking this seriously. At that point, he has to pick the senior players, doesn't he?
Charles says Dawson can play with a broken leg, won't make too much difference. Does he mean, is that a compliment to Dawson's attitude, or is he saying Dawson's that crap?
I read it as the first one. I hadn't even considered the second one.
I was going to say...
Now you mentioned it. Maybe he's calling him crap. Are you calling him crap or good? Or like, you're calling him a warrior, or are you calling him crap?
Maybe he means like it doesn't, even if he has a broken leg, he'll still just belt it down the park unnecessarily.
I don't know what he means. You're going to have to... It was a compliment. He's come back. It was a compliment. Oh, there you go.
I assumed it was. Well, I'm just trying to wind him up a little bit. Just playing. Crazy Cam said, I think Fredericks will give us a good presence going forward. That's a good point, actually. Fredericks' his first game, in what seems like forever, doesn't it? A player that's just been disrupted by injury his whole time at West Ham, but a player... He's been, I don't know if you could call it, it's not form. What would you call it? Every time Fredericks has appeared in the last 2 seasons, he's played well. It's just that he's never...
He's got a high performance level when he's fit and he plays, So, he's done okay. He's done okay. Look, he ain't staying at West Ham. He's not staying at West Ham. So for him, I would like him to play well, both for West Ham and for him, actually, so as he can get a move, he can show people what he can do. I would imagine his fitness record, more than anything else, would be what put people off. If you're buying Ryan Fredericks, you don't think you're getting Ronaldinho, all right? Let's be honest. You know what you're getting. It's a really, really fast fullback. So I'd imagine if you're interested in him, you'd go and get him anyway. The only thing that's uncertain is his fitness. So that's his biggest thing. He'd have to play on a heavily ratcheted deal with big appearance bonuses, really, wouldn't he? But I hope for all of us, for him and for us, I hope he plays well today.
It's been a while, but we've got the hypothetical question: win the FA Cup or top 4? I mean, usually we say FA Cup straight away, but I think it's because we knew top 4. Well, we're not getting there, and even if we got it, we'll get our arse handed to us on a plate,
and not take it seriously.
It's probably a little bit different now, isn't it? Now it's a bit like, well, it's not that unrealistic. So win the FA Cup or top 4?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anymore, is it?
No, it's not as easy anymore at all. But I was never confident if we got into it. It's not just our arse handed to us. It's actually our manager taking it seriously. And also, I wonder if the coefficient as well, because we've done well in this season's European tournament, I wonder if we have to play pre-qualifiers or something like that. If you didn't, then you're straight into the Champions League group stage. Well, that's something very different again. So, that could massively allow you to grow as a club. I would love a trophy, though. I would love a trophy. It's difficult. It's difficult.
I'll say FA Cup because it guarantees you Europa League football next season as well. So I'm okay with that. Yes, Champions League. If you ask Sullivan and Moyes and that, they would say top 4 because of the opportunities it gives you as a football club, the money it brings in and stuff. But nah, FA Cup. I mean, maybe I'm just like I said, maybe I've just got the FA Cup bug, and you're asking me on the wrong day. You can't ask me half an hour before we kick off in an FA Cup game. I'm going to pick that one. If we get knocked out of the FA Cup, ask me, and I'll probably say, I've always preferred top 4.
Definitely will.
Jake Dawson, Craig Dawson's number 1 fan. Jake says that Dawson kind of an injury and still played. Enough said. What a man. Hammer 1999 says Fredericks against Dan James has to be the fastest battle he's ever seen. I don't think it'll be that. Harrison will be over on that side. Dan James will be on Ben Johnson's side. And also, if Bielsa saw IU against Johnson, I too will be putting Dan James against him and saying just kick it past him and run because he will grapple you.
So fast.
No, I hope not, but we'll see. Yeah. Clayton's a bit worried about Fredericks at right back. Jake says it's a big game for Vlasic today. Bertie says Fredericks one game if he gets injured again. And Troy's is saying that Dawson could score this broken leg.
We know what he means this time.
Double Think says 3-1 home win. Paul Chambers thought he would have went with the under-23 backline as well as he did against Zagreb. No column. Sufal doesn't have an injury. He's got COVID, so he'll miss this game. I'm unsure as to how long the isolation is and when it started and that. So I don't know if him or Ashby will be back for Wednesday against Norwich. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure Moyes will tell us after the game because we know
if he's ill. COVID. If he's ill or not. I mean, it would appear that Fornell's caught COVID and got ill.
But Antonio had it and was fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of people catch COVID and don't even have a sniffle, So if he's fine, then I'm pretty sure he'll be back as soon as he possibly can. Which is really good. I mean, the Dan James one is really interesting on that one because I really like him as a player. I love him at West Ham.
Like him because he's fast.
Well, I think he played. No, I don't think he's got a little bit more than that as well. But I think he played really well for West Ham.
If Usain Bolt played in Premier League, you'd like him.
Nice. Yeah.
I want pace.
We do. We want a bit of pace.
Tom says Leeds support is going to be the 12th man today. I think it'll be closer than we all think. Can see us scraping a 2-1 win. It's a derby game for Tom. Tom lives in Leeds, so it's like a derby game for him away from home. Bertie says good positive mindset with the full team. Better than Pellegrini at Oxford or Big Sam at Forest.
Yeah.
I'm a 1999 says Grand Moyes has gone for it. Really want Noble to lift a trophy in his final game and don't think winning Europa League is realistic. I disagree with that. I would argue that in the FA Cup currently we've still got Man City, Liverpool possibly and stuff. I don't know if you've got that good a caliber of team in the Europa League. There's some big teams in the Europa League, of course, but I don't know. I'd almost fancy.
We've already done after work. We've already done after hard work, after lifting. We've already travelled after journey. I mean, it's might as well see it through with and then try and do our best. We might do. Look, let's be perfectly honest about this. We have beaten Man City, we've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten Chelsea, we've beaten other teams as well this season. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, big teams, Man United. We've beaten big teams this season. There ain't that many. It's not like Europe's a completely different kettle of fish full of teams that are loads better than that. We can beat anyone on that day.
Disappointing me there. I thought you were saying we beat all the big teams and Tottenham.
No, I was only talking about the big teams, G. I was talking about the big teams. We have also beaten teams like Watford and Tottenham.
Artel says he could have started with youth and brought Dawson or Diop on later. Fair play to Moyes. He knows the squad. Evan says, after the Carabao, we're due a few championship or lower league teams if we progress. Is this where you say, we could get Cambridge or Tottenham?
Absolutely. It'd be nice to get Cambridge in the last 16 in the Europos Cupos, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be too bad, would it? Right, where are we? Doug says, another goal from Vlasic would build the confidence.
Yes, mate. Yes, Doug.
See, crikey, I'm well behind the chat. I just seen Charles say it was a compliment. I thought, bloody hell, Gonzo clicked.
Oh, really? You are well behind on the chat.
I don't like skipping them all. If people are going to take the time to comment, I want to take the time to read it.
Yes, indeed. And
right, here we go. Here's a good one. Webley. Fredericks on the right and Johnson on the left, or Johnson on the right and Masuaku on the left. Oh no, the first one. No.
Yeah, the first one.
I assumed I was going to
definitely.
say Fredericks on the left. Let's go with that then. Fredericks on the right and Johnson on the left, or Johnson on the right and Fredericks on the left.
Well, Fredericks on the right.
Fredericks
on the right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Johnson can play left back.
Absolutely. Yes, you can. Yes, yeah. Johnson's the most two-footed player we got, from what I can see. Unless someone can tell me different, it looks like he can. Fredericks, I'll be kind. Fredericks is one-footed.
E20 James says that Fredericks isn't good enough for West Ham. We need a better defensive player. Happy Hammer, who's on Facebook, says, "All right, guys, Happy Hammer here, watching from Borneo, Malaysia."
Nice.
He's just shooting off, isn't he?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Have we got any trumps to Malaysia? Is anyone out there watching that thinks I've got a better location than you?
Yeah, but hold on. Then we have to say that one country's. Then we've got to say one country's better than another, which I don't want to particularly do that.
Well, I do. Someone says Scotland. I found a winner.
Malaysia's definitely better than Scotland. I'm happy to say that.
Have you been to Malaysia?
No, I've been to Scotland lots of times.
How do you know? Yeah, but how do you know Malaysia's better then?
I don't know. It's just got that sound and that feel and that vibe about it, hasn't it? They got as a lovely cuisine comes out. Did you know shortbread was invented in Malaysia?
Right, I can't remember where did you bring that up earlier? I can't remember why you brought that up. What were you saying?
It's one of Stuart Pearce's wind-ups to
Irvine.
He'll come in and apparently he comes into the training room and he'll say, "Do you realise that malt whiskey was invented in England?" He'll say stuff like that.
Stephen said he came over from Canada. Crikey, I didn't know you were from Canada. I just assumed you were from here. He came over from Canada at Christmas, took his two oldest grandsons to their first ever West Ham game against Southampton.
Oh, shame!
Lost it every time of their lives.
Good. That's nice. Nice end to the story.
Right. Andy's
nice
trying to
win on your first game.
You like cricket, don't you?
Not at the moment, but yeah.
Gonzo,
yes.
we lost. Southampton beat us 3-2.
I said it's a nice ending to the story that they were hooked.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said a nice win on your first game or something.
No. Yeah, sorry. After it is nice to win on your first game. I know that wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the better heard you said.
No. The cricket's pretty terrible at the moment. They need the ECB need to overhaul the.
Major had COVID. Went back to work. I got a written warning for being off sick.
That's kind. What a lovely company, Major. Blimey, how cruel is that? Nice, is it?
This is a good point. Hammer 999. Feel sorry for Ashby. Opportunities denied by Norwich having COVID. Now himself having COVID. Can't get a break, him, can he?
No. Him and Major have had it tough with the COVID.
Yeah. Right, what else are we saying? Lemus says FA Cup is our last silverware left. Be nice to have a good run at it. We're still in the Europa League. We're not out yet.
Crikey, you went squeaky then. What was that? It sort of squeaked through my headphones.
I don't know. It must be my Malaysian accent.
Yeah, it certainly was. He old squeaky.
That's why Scotland's better, because you don't have that squeak usually. It's just
yeah.
Major wants Kidderminster.
He'd rather go to Kidderminster than Scotland. That's what Major's saying.
Oh, I like this comment from Joe. He's with me on Adama Traore, who hopes Tottenham buys him. He's got the speed and power of a Lamborghini and the handling and control of a Robin Reliant.
I'm gonna, as long as you go in a straight line. Del Boy had a Robin Reliant, so that's fine.
Right. Jack's watching in Australia. Martin is in Belgium. Bertie is in Brazil. I don't know. We've got a winner. Chris is in Nashville.
I went out of a girl from Nashville years ago.
Phil Jones is in Arizona. Should probably be Manchester, but
I never went out with anyone from Arizona.
No. Michael's in Tenerife. Ralph is in an airport.
It is inconsiderate. Best of luck to you, mate. Clearly, your internet's working though, so hopefully you'll be able to sort something. Oh, Malta, Southend. I was in Southend the other day. Where did I go to? I went to Wickford first, and then Southend, and then did a round trip. There you go.
Someone's in Vietnam in the field. Anyway, Matthew, do you reckon we'll keep Antonio up front for Norwich and Leeds next week? Worried about Antonio not being able to cope because Leeds is a very physical fixture. It's a fair point.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one to say. It's a physical fixture. You just don't know. This game's all about energy. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're going to take it seriously. Leeds might not be arsed, and you really need two teams going at it for that to be a massively physical confrontation.
Yeah. Anil says, nice to hear Moyes saying his ambition to reach the FA Cup final. Says his time is still to come.
I don't like that. I hate it when people say that.
My
ambition to reach the FA Cup final. I want to reach the final. I hate it. Having been to a final and lost, I hate it. I really annoyed when people say, I want to hear them. Why stop one short? Why stop short? Why say I want to go all the way to final? Why not say I want to win the bloody thing?
Because I think he just assumes that most people will assume he means he wants to win it, which I did. I don't think his ambition is to get to the final and lose.
That's because you're obviously speaking in this code that you Scots speak. Do you know what I mean? If you were speaking in Malaysian like the rest of us speak, he's left a little bit of grey area in there. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people say, I want to get to a final. No, you want to win the final. Have some ambition, man.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody assumes he means that, except you. You're just awkward.
I am, very.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm surprised if he wants to get to the final and lose. So, anyway.
It's an experience. What's the experience? What's a day out, don't he?
James says, I'm working, not watching. All got 24-hour guys, follow your dreams. Nice little dig at Molly May for those on the old social media.
What, eh?
Oh, don't bother.
That's the Tyson Fury's brother's missus.
Yeah. She was on that podcast and she basically said, we've all got 24 hours in the day, so just get on with it. Like, you can do anything you want, just get on with it. And she's insinuating that, like, we've all got the same opportunity, we've all got the same hours in the days, so
you can get to the FA Cup final in 24 hours.
Well, that's just it. That's what I said on Friday night. Swindon got beat by Manchester City. I said they both had 90 minutes.
That's it. It's equal opportunities. Equal opportunity, you get equal outcome. Quite right, too.
An accusation here for you says that you pretend you don't know who Molly May is, but you're clearly not watching Love Island.
Oh, love it. Can't beat a bit of Love Island. I
like the way you pretend you didn't know who she was and then very specifically said who she was. I don't know who that is. Is it Tyson Fury's brother Tommy? Is it his partner? It was a very specific thing.
I don't even know why I bothered. I got the stuff. I got the Molly May T-shirt, the bubble bath. I got the lot, mate. Honestly, mate. I watch all her stuff. And listen to her podcast. Obviously, sorry, I forgot about
that. Clayton says, since returning to England in 1981 from New Zealand, I've never seen us get to a final, let alone let this be.
But you came back. That's your fault, Clayton. You came back a year too late, my friend.
Do you know what? Do you know what's mental, right? Clayton's been a subscriber of the channel for a long time, right?
Yeah, and on the forum, yeah. He's a massive Hammerstead supporter, yeah.
So when you read people's comments and stuff, you sort of make assumptions about people, don't you? I think that's fair to say. I just assumed Clayton was a lot younger than that.
Well, I just assumed he'd have done a tarp because he's actually, that was his avatar on the forum as well.
Well, of course it is. It's just, you don't change avatars for channels.
No, but with time, so he's had that avatar for at least 7-8 years. Yeah. Some people change their picture. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know we got to final 2006, but I think Clayton means he wasn't physically in the stadium. I could be wrong, but I think that's what Clayton's insinuating. David's saying that he likes your Batman pinball machine.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
And
thank you.
I don't have an interest because Molly May is correct. We all have 24 hours in our day, but I still don't have enough time for pinball machines.
No. I'm getting a Molly May pinball machine next. I'm saving up for that. With pictures of her and the Tommy Fury on. There you go. Tommy Fury.
I've got growing up interests. That's all. That's my problem.
I don't. I'm a complete child.
I know. We all have our interests. You've got your pinball. Charlie likes his wrestling. I like my live music like a normal adult, but we can't always have normal adult interests. But anyway, speaking of Charlie, here he is. How you doing?
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. Where's Danny?
That's a great point, Gonzo. That's an excellent. Thank you very much.
The only point.
I have only just woken up, and so he wasn't here. But now he is. Danny is here. He's ready. Look at him. He's hyped for the FA Cup. Look at that. That is passion, mate. That is passion.
Suspicion. He's suspicious.
He thinks you know who Molly May is as well. Look, he does not trust you saying that.
Right. Just interrupt. I forgot to do this. We always do this before me and Gonzo disappear. Get your score predictions in the live chat and let's see what you're saying. Gonzo, what's your score prediction?
3-0 West Ham.
I'll say 3-1 West Ham. I think we'll concede, but I do think we'll win comfortably. Charlie, what are you vibing currently while I click on all these?
I haven't even read the score, the lineup at the bottom, but I'll say what I was saying before. 3-1. Let's go. 3-1 West Ham. Big plays. Come on.
Her name's Molly May Haig. Molly May Haig.
Well, I don't know. If you're looking for confirmation.
if when we watch the review later, if Gonzo misses the first goal, you know where he was. That's all I'm saying. You know where he was.
Oh, latest videos, gossip, pictures, news. Nice.
Anyway, each was 4-1. Alan's 3-0. Richard's 2-1. Gets Shorty. Okay. Mike's 3-1. Matthew's 2-0. Phil's 3-0. Paul's 4-1. Val's 2-1. 3-1. 2-1. 3-1. Lots of victories for West Ham. 2-0. 2-0. 3-1. 4-1. 3-1. 3-2. 3-1. Heldcock. 4-1. Stephen says, if any West Ham fan thinks we can't win the FA Cup Europa League, we should forfeit the games. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think that would be a silly policy from the club to forfeit games because they think that Charlie thinks we're not going to win the FA Cup. Not that Charlie doesn't think we will win the FA Cup, just an example.
Danny. So blame it on Danny.
Yeah.
Dan, look, he's hyped. I don't know what you want from him.
I love it. I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Have we got a fan club? Has he got a Twitter account? You should start up some stuff for him, mate. If you sort him out a Twitter account, I will unsubscribe from Molly May's Twitter and join the Danny DeVito one.
He's on Twitter, mate.
No, the cardboard cutout, not the real Danny DeVito.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
You know, like some people do it with their dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll make a Danny DeVito cut on Instagram. It'd be great. Yeah. No, that's a great shout. Do you know what, Gonzo? That's actually an unreal shout. That's something I would. That's the sort of nonsense I would put my time into doing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I like it. I would let me know.
You're 100%.
I will follow and do all the stuff. So
Right,
Molly May's got this dress that makes it look like it's made out of gaffer tape. Sticky.
Anyway, Terry says that it's a dead channel and a dead club. Then Eatswa said that Terry loves coke.
now, there's a reply. There's your retort. Well done,
Terry. You've stepped up to the plate there, mate, and you've got absolutely battered there. It happens sometimes.
Terry, you've been done.
Sometimes you try, and sometimes the people just they finish you, mate. I'd end it now if I were you. You've been done. It's over. It's over, Terry. You hate to see it, but it is over.
There you go. The chat is victorious.
We are, to be fair.
Gonzo likes pinballs. Don't bring your fetishes round here, Terry.
Gonzo likes pinball and Charlie likes wrestling. We are children, but I have to say, you just got slapped by Terry. And well, what we can do now is we can just get rid of you out the channel as well. So there you go. Off you pop, my friend. That was good. That was fun.
That worked out well for him, didn't it? He probably feels better today now. Worse, definitely worse.
Anyway, right, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear in a minute, and Charlie will be doing the watch-alongs. Don't go anywhere. It's on the same video. Do not leave the video. Charlie will be recapping the West Ham team and the Leeds team because he needs to discover it for himself. Anyway, myself and Gonzo will be back at full time. Don't go anywhere because coming up is the watch-along.
Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. Thank you, Terry. And thank you, of course, to Stuart Morris Accountants. Your accountant professionals based in Ilford. A West Ham fan hooked us up. That's why they're here. And I tell you what, January is a time where you have to do numbers and that, accounts and that. So you should probably just get them to do it, because I'll be real with you, can't be asked. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So what I would say to you is then maybe go check it out. Do you know what I mean? Have a look. Personal, business, whatever you need, Stuart Morris has got you. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Hello, how are we all? Like I said, I've not been up long. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up at 20 past, so I'm a bit all over the shop, but I've managed to sort of set it all up, apart from the timer looks a bit weird, but that'll be fine. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the lineup, shall we? Before we get there, actually, I should say let's start big. Let's start bold. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? We are 15 minutes away from kickoff. Let's get straight to it. Shout out to everyone who's here. WB, also, thank you for paying him the proper respect he deserves, because he's here. Look, he's got a halo. He's cheap. We're going to move on from that. And while you will do that, let's go through the lineups, because I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know. So let's have a look. Oh, that's not the button I meant to press. I've just woken up, ladies and gentlemen. That's fine. We go through. Here we go. Okay, West Ham lineup as such: Areola in goal, Fredericks, Dawson, Diop, and Johnson in defence. That's interesting. Rice, Souček in a double pivot in midfield. Bowen, Lanzini, Vlasic, and Mikel Antonio. Okay, so by and large, exactly what I expected outside of Frederick starting. I'm not against it. I think he's played all right when he's actually played this season. His injuries have sucked, but actually, to be fair, he's been pretty decent when he's played. So I'm not too bad with that. I'm all right with it. I'm all right with the benches: Randolph, Baptiste, Elise, Masuaku, Noble, Krau, Okaflex, Fornals, Yarmolenko. That's an all right bench as well, isn't it? It's an all right bench as well. We've gone from having 3 right backs on the bench to none. It's very impressive from us. I don't name a team who could do that apart from us. Do you know what I mean? But that's not bad. Hopefully, we get to see some of the young players if we get to a high scoreline, which I don't know if we will today. But if we do, hopefully we get to see him. I doubt it. We could see Fornals back in. Maybe crowd control. Who knows? Leeds lineup as such. They line up with Meslier in goal. Oh, sorry, Melier. Let's try and give him the respect he deserves. Melier in goal. Ailing, Lorente, Hage, and Firpo. I can definitely pronounce that. Cock and Bait in midfield and a double pivot. James, Click, and Harrison just behind Greenwood. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling very confident. I can't lie to you. On their bench, they have Cleeson, Drama, Moore, McCarron, Jenkins, Forshaw, Dallas, Somerville, and Rafinha. I can't lie to you. I can't. There you go. There's lots of Money May stuff in the replies there. Why don't you players just stay fit, bro? Do you know what? I'm relatively confident. I can't lie to you. That is not a team that instills fear. There's obviously some scary players in there, but realistically, by and large, I'm pretty flipping confident. I'll go with an 8. And we'll get on to score predictions after. But let's have a look at some of these numbers, shall we? 9.1 says Scott B. 9.2, 9.5 says Stuart. Stuart's just he's deeps in it. He's deeps in it on a deep level. What's good, Matthew? Good to see you. Hope you are. I'm all right. I'm very tired. I'm all right. Where we at? I'm still scrolling, looking for numbers. I think Danny D needs a West Ham scarf as it's a bit chilly. I thought this through, Jeffrey. I thought this through. I don't know why I went Jeffrey there. I think I've done this before. I apologize. I have thought this through, and I'll tell you, I sort of agree with you. I do sort of agree with you. 7.5. Peach is here. Peach, yes, come on. Also, Tom, if you're here, I saw you say deploy the boys. Come on, let's respect it. Good to see you, Peach. If you haven't already subscribed to West Ham Random, do so. Peach is practically the hardest working man on West Ham YouTube. My man puts out more videos and more streams than anyone else. Man's out here. Set 5-hour one yesterday. Mad. DeVito at the back a bit dangerous for defending crosses and set pieces. He is quite small. 9-ish, maybe 8, 7.5. Can we get a prediction? We will get a prediction from Danny at a time. 5 because of Dawson and Diop, says Phil Jones. Phil, good to see you. Hope you're hyped over after your last game. I appreciate that. Rough, but it's here. 100 out of 10. Big. 10.1, 8, 8, 7, 8. Let's keep going. 22, 8. The sun is bouncing off his Barnet. Yeah, that's going to happen with Danny. It's going to happen with Danny, bless him. 9, 7. I'm concerned about our defense. 3 centre backs out. Dawson, Zuma, Ogbonna. Luckily, Dawson started, or else we'd have to play Adesi and Diop. It is what it is, but yeah, I agree with what you're. Brian Large, I agree with what you're saying. I've got quite a lot of confidence in Adesi, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Also, good to see you. And yes, I know a game that's on free television. It's on ITV in the UK. If you are looking to try and watch it somehow, it's on ITV in the UK. But of course, if you're not watching it there, then there are ways you can find it. For example, if you scroll down, there's a bit called Join Our Discord. If you click on that, right, it's a lovely free community. FS32 basically runs it. He's got it on lock, right? On the left-hand side, if you scroll down, there's a bit though called Stream Links. And that's probably going to have what you're looking for. At some point, I would imagine that's something you should like. If you're looking for it, if you don't have ITV, if you're not in the UK, whatever, it's probably something you could look forward to. That's what I'm saying. 8, 10, 7, 7.5, 8. Good to see you, Chuck. Hope you all made his incredible debut appearance on a Two Spanners, One Hammer the other day. I'd advise you to go watch it. If you're part of the Hammers Chat Patreon, patreon.com/Hammers Chat, I would say to you, go and have a look. Go have a gander. Chuck was on there. He did big plays. Big plays indeed. Fredericks was brilliant before he got injured. Looking forward to watching him today, says Hughes 004. I strongly agree, mate. 10. Charlie, do you do night shifts or are you a student? Let's say night shifts, Major. I'm freelance. I'm a freelance video producer, but that means I pick my own hours, and my own hours invariably mean I don't start working until like 11 p.m. So yeah, I'm a freelance video person. That's why. So I didn't go to bed this morning until 9 a.m. So that gives you some sort of levels of tiredness. 9, says James, confident. Love that. 8. Mate, how do you live like this? If I sleep late or long, I feel like crap 24/7. You just got to keep going. West Ham, deploy the boys, living the dream. You know what I mean? You just got to keep going. And the crazy camel went on 7. There you go. So a lot of confidence in the chat. You've got to love it. You have to absolutely love it. I like I said, I'm feeling big. I'm feeling bold. I'm feeling a dub for West Ham United. We are 8 minutes away from kickoff. I'll ask you now for sub bingo, of course. This is the minute. This is where we try and guess when West Ham will make their first substitution, when David Moyes will make his first substitution. I only need the minute. I don't need like the substitution if you want, but if you're looking for also the bench, I tell you what, I can lob that up for you in a second. Give me one. I can't. That's a lot of effort. I'll tell you what. I'll just put it on the screen briefly. Let's do that. We'll do it live, as a man once said. There is the bench. Randolph, Baptiste, Elise, Masuaku, Noble, Kraut, Okaflex, Fornals, Yarmolenko. I'm going for the classic 69, obviously. And I will say it will be Fornals for Bowen. That's my bet. 69 minutes, Fornals for Bowen. But what is your bet when it comes to sub bingo? Charlie, do you actually live in the US or UK besides when you visit Idaho once a week? UK. Just my holiday home in Idaho aside, that's just a holiday residence. Purely, obviously, for when it's not on in the UK. I live in the UK. Charlie, then it is acceptable you get up at 1 thing. Thank you. Tell my girlfriend she's not keen on my sleeping schedule. We love the fact you go to sleep so late. Listen, it means I get to be on West Ham Random fairly regularly with Peach at like 5 a.m. So spins and roundabouts. Spin around about Scott. Good to see you. I'll talk my toes and call me Terrence. Good to see you. I hope you're well. I hope you're good, bro. Disagree with you as always, but I hope you're good. And I hope I haven't missed Madman's. I might have, though, because I'm all over the shop. Right, let's have a look at some of these sub bingos, shall we? Let's have a look at some of these sub bingos. Where are we saying? What's the vibe of the people? 42, 75, 65. Terry's calling us losers. 49, 68, 45, 67. What are we saying? Would have started off, says Bo. Fair enough. I want to see him play. I probably potentially would have considered starting him. I'm not surprised he isn't, but I would have considered it. All right, Terry. Fair enough, mate. if that's how you're vibing, if that's how you're vibing, then that's fair enough, mate. I appreciate it. Where else we saying? 2 subs at half time. Big bold Val. Val, very bold. 68, 70, 63, 56 subs says Peach. 23rd minute says the Broomfields. Sorry, Frederick's injury. Masuaku on. Stress. But also potentially yes. But also stress. Scotty D's coming through with big plays. I still can't. I'm still not really good potential. Palace Horns is here. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Repping his team as per usual. You got to respect it. Let's have a look. 63rd minutes on. Rice off. Crow on. Interesting. Help me, boo. Interesting. Why does everyone hate Masuaku? He was all right against Palace when he came on, says Harry and Robbie. Do you know what? By and large, I kind of semi-agree. Like, the thing is, I think he's been all right. I think he's been okay this season. I can't lie to you. I think defensively, obviously, there has been frailties. But I think when he came on, he defended relatively well in that one specific game. But I think in other games, he's been okay this season. Better than I've given him credit for a long time. Would I like to start him? No, not particularly. But to be honest, I'm not against him getting games. I'm not against him getting games in certain situations. Obviously, I want to improve him. Obviously, I want to up the ante in that. But we'll see how it goes. I think he's okay. Oh, Kieran, my G, how are you, bro? I hope you're good. It's the midnight run. Yeah, it's earlier for Kieran than it is for me, to be fair. Australia doing bits right now. I bet Terry prefers Pound Bakery over Grace. This is what I'm saying. Terry, he's a wrong one, bruv. I bet he does. He's just... Nah, fam. Nah. Henry, good to see you. I hope you're well, bro. I have seen you DM'd me, but I've been I'm so busy that I haven't read it yet. But I did see you DM me. I promise I'll get back to you after this game. I'm a mess. I am literally a mess. Clips is here as well. Good to see you. Has anyone told you look just like a top Mark? It's been said. It's been said by my girlfriend. She was like, you seem to be looking at this wrestling channel called A Top Mark that people could or should subscribe to if they wanted to all the time. And she's like, you're watching it a lot, or you seem to be anyway, and it looks just like you. Who knows? I guess people will just have to subscribe to find out. As the teams walk out for bubbles now, we go to ad break just before we kick off. So this is when I will ask for your final score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sticking with my 3-1 prediction. I will give West Ham, I'll give him a goal. I'll give him a goal. I'll respect him that much. But I do think 3-1. I'm confident. Their team is light to some extent. They've obviously got some dangerous players still in there. I mean, Harrison, James is obviously quick and can do damage when he wants to. They've got some all right players in there. Luke Ayling can put in a flipping cross when he wants to. I am saying 3-1. Because I've just got confidence. I'm sticking with it. But Joel the DJ, what is Mr. DeVito's score prediction for today? Let's ask him. Danny, what's your score prediction, mate? Okay, he's more bold than I am. He's saying 4-0. 4-0 West Ham, says Danny DeVito. Feel free to tweet him and let him know. I did tweet him with a picture. He didn't reply. One day, bless. Maybe it'll happen. 3-1, 4-0, 3-1. Where else are we at? 6-0. Says the Broomfield. Bloody hell. Love that. 4-0, 3-1, 4-2, 3-1, 70 minutes for Noble for Rice as Mike Hawthorne. Noble coming on is actually a great shout, Mike. I just wanted to put it up because Noble was actually an incredible shout that I didn't even begin to think about. Going for 3-1 as well. 5-0. 5. Love that, Bo. 2-1, 4-3, 1-1. 3-2, 2-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-1, says Judas. Judas, my trustworthy friend. How could you stab us in the back so? How could you stab us in the back though? 3-2. Can someone tell Scott I'm nearly there? Madman, good to see you. I was going to say I hope I didn't miss you, and I didn't. There we go. Good to see you. Scott, you saw his message. 4-0, 3-2, and here we go. Come on, you irons. We're about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. Have you stroked the view? Give him all the luck we need. Come on, pat on the shoulder. Let's get him hyped. We are about to kick off at the London Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. It is West Ham versus Leeds. It's the FA Cup. Get hyped. Get flipping hyped. Let's go. Let's go. I'm actually excited. I'm very, very excited. When it comes to the 7-0, Sat, you're a madman. I'm actually excited. I do love the FA Cup. I think this is a big opportunity for a win, for a dub on the boards. Skip through to the next round. At this point, I said this on Two Spanners, One Hammer, we take it seriously. At this point, we take it seriously because, to be honest with you, there could be an easy way. Later on down the line, if there's fixture congestion, then we can make our minds up. If we're still in the Europa League, deep into that, then obviously the priorities can shift. But for now, when the fixture congestion is not that bad until March, we take it as seriously as possible. Big dub incoming, IMO. We put everything into this game. We've got the strongest team. It's going to happen. It's West Ham United versus Leeds United in the FA Cup. Leeds to get us underway. They take the knee before the kickoff finally happens. Wait for it. And we're underway. Here we go. Deploy the boys. Come on, you irons. Let's bloody go, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Let's bloody go. You did miss me first. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Not as good as Cress or Johnson, but all right. Also, Diop is getting hate. I think he would be a good TDM. He's all right. I quite like Diop. I think, again, it's one of those ones where it's a bit harsh. But to be honest with you, I think it's a bit harsh still. So whether you are a West Ham United fan or whether you are a Leeds fan, welcome. Subscribe if you're right here. Like the video. We are live every single match day for West Ham on this channel. I think I've missed one in 2 years at this point, something like that. I think we started doing these about the beginning of lockdown. So almost 2 years. We've only missed one, and that's because I was at work, so I had to actually go to do work for once, so I didn't have the chance. But outside of that, we are here every single time without fail. Major asks how my 1 minute behind is on terrestrial TV, because I'm watching on the ITV player, so it can be on my second screen to make my life easier. That's why. But yeah, it's not useful, is it? It's not useful, is it? Furpo trying to let it short early doors, which are cut out by Ryan Fredericks playing right back. If you wondered if there was any flip there, it is Fredericks at right back and Johnson at left back. I'm looking forward to this one. Will this be Diop and Areola's final start for West Ham, says Jeffrey? I highly doubt it. I'll tell you that much. I highly doubt it. I don't think Diop's. Why would you need it for some street? Because you might not be in the UK. I highly doubt it. I think neither of those players are going anywhere for now. Play into the deep areas, can't quite find it from Leeds United. Just overhit. Yeah, I think Diop's going to stay regardless. I think if we signed someone, I think Geo said this on a video the other day, and I agree with him. To be honest, I think if we signed someone and then at centre back, then Newcastle or someone else came in with a big bid, maybe we would consider it, but it would have to be big. It'd have to be 20 plus, I think. Areola, I think, is here till the end of the season regardless. I don't think we're going to see any movement on that one. Is there VR? I don't actually know. Is there VR? Does anyone know? Yes, Phil says Arthur. There we go. Okay, good to know. Well, in that case, for the second time, you figured. Thank you. I could let the TVs over there, and I could theoretically move everything around to try and make it work. But even then, we don't have terrestrial TV. We don't. So I'd still have to watch it on the TV player. It'd just be on my telly. So I think it'd probably be the same. It might be quicker if it's on. I don't know. It is how it is. Also, yeah, so people can join in and watch. It's not. Antonio doing well to hold on to the ball there. He was going backwards, but finds Declan Rice out wide to Ben Johnson. Never super keen on Johnson playing left back, but it is what it is. He does well there. Puts in a not not bad ball, not a dangerous one either, but not a bad one, and gets a throw in for his troubles. Never super keen on Johnson playing left back just because I think it hampers his attacking output enough, but defensively I do think he is better than say Masuaku or just Masuaku playing there, to be honest. So I'm not super shocked. I'm not super shocked. Moose is see, this is what I'm saying. Moose is asking if how he wants to watch the game. Moose, I would just tell you that there's ways you can watch it. I understand what you mean on Facebook, but there you go. That's what you can do. Do you reckon Leeds can scrape a draw? I 100% do. Look, I think if we're saying Leeds have no chance in this game, then we are vastly underestimating our opposition. Bowen hits it from range, just wide. You are vastly underestimating the opposition. I don't think. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say Leeds are the strongest they've ever looked. I'm not going to sit here and say this is the Leeds of last season. But Leeds gave us a scare previously. This season? It wasn't it? Leeds gave us a scare, and I don't think we can sit here and go they aren't capable of giving us a scare again. One thing I did hear on the build-up was the idea of look, let's be real. One thing I did hear is let's be real on the build-up. Moyes has picked the strongest team he possibly can. Like you could make an argument for potentially Fornals, but form-wise, he's probably picked the strongest 11 he can. And in that case, it does come down to just the application from the players and nothing else, right? Essentially, there's a bit of an oversimplification, there's tactics and everything else, but realistically, that makes sense. Leeds have application at all times. They know what they need to do. Marcelo Bielsa runs them very hot. He's trying, he makes them go, go, go. He doesn't stop, does that man? And that's realistically kind of the situation here. So I think if we're sitting here and going, oh, we're just going to blitz and it's going to be there's no chance of them doing anything. I think we're being a bit harsh. Pick your ball, however, comes through with 10-0. Fair. A little bit. Don't always work. What's your take on the logic of this lineup in the light of 2 Prem matches in 7 days? Yeah, so we had this conversation on Two Spanners, myself, Ray, and Chuck. For me, I think you focus on this game. Because there's not a lot of fixture congestion. If it was any other team but Norwich next, and to be fair, to a certain extent Leeds, if it was any other team, then maybe you would flip it. If you were going up against one of the top 6, for example, if you were going up against a top 6 rival, for example, then I think you maybe have the argument to say, well, you could rotate in this game and then play your strongest team in the next. But I think given the fact that this is a weekend fixture where we tend to play our strongest teams anyway, all Leeds trying to squeeze it through, can't quite make it, then it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. But I would understand why people would flip it and concentrate on the league. But at this point, I would say this is the one. I would say this is the one. Luke, just FYI, I bought a packet of Panini stickers and got Mark Noble. I think this makes you... It's big, Luke. I can't act like it's anything not. I can't act like it's anything but big. It is. First name, last name, 3-1 West Ham. Lanzini getting stuck in there nicely, but Leeds do well to maintain the ball. A little bit of an errant pass though, gives it back to West Ham in the defensive area. So far it's been a sort of end-to-end game, neither team being able to find any sort of final third passing. Leeds not really getting close enough to West Ham once or twice, getting into a position where they could maybe slot through a nice final third pass and create an opportunity, but fairly 50-50 at this point during the game, 7 minutes in. Lanzini doing his classic thing, dropping deep from the number 10 position, deeper than Declan Rice and Souček. You love to see it. Antonio dropping deep out wide because, of course, he does. Lanzini skips away from his challenge, plays it down the wing to Ryan Fredericks. This is a really good position, really good opportunity. Fredericks, bad in the end. It was a good opportunity. It was found. Lanzini finds Fredericks in all amount of time and space. It's his first touch lacked a little bit to be desired, but more importantly, his cross after it was just a sort of lofted ball into the box. There was no sort of direction on it. There was no sort of fizz. Nothing. It was just sort of an aimless lofted ball and easily claimed by Melia. Really plays. Come on, you answer what I'm talking about. Let's go. Good. 3-1 is my bet. Well, I think you're on. Well, we'll see. I would never put money on anything I say because I'm an idiot. If anything, that would scare me if I'd said it and you had a bet on it. But I respect it and we move. On paper, you're not actually beating Leeds, but not without players turning up. Understandable Leeds. Underestimate Leeds at your own peril. Exactly right. That's essentially what I'm saying. 100% agree with everything you've just said there. 100%. Leeds trying to work their way forward. Control from Glick into Greenwood, tries to hit it straight off the defender. It's a throw in for Leeds. Throw in for Leeds in West Ham's half. Throw in for Leeds in West Ham's half. Peach works harder than Antonio. Big plays indeed. He does. He's at it. You got to respect it. Where can I watch this on in Australia? I'm glad you asked, Callum. I'm glad you asked. There's a place you can find it. I won't say where. It's just a place. West Ham taking their time to build through the lines. It's that press, the Leeds United press, the Bielsa press that that done us in so successfully the first time round. And that's something I thought Lanzini playing in this game could actually really help us. You know, he drops deep to pick up the ball, which is nice. Love that from him. But what that means is that the defenders, the double pivot, they always have a sort of, that's a nice ball to Vlasic, who then dinks it on towards Declan Rice. There's Antonio's nowhere to be seen. Bowen was trying to reach there. Rice ends up playing it in towards Antonio's headed away. Bowen on the follow-up hits it off, cleared off the line from Leeds United. West Ham maintain possession of the ball just outside the area. Lanzini, Vlasic, he has Souček just ahead of him, and Bowen. He decides to hit it. It deflects. It's a good block by Leeds defender. It goes behind for a corner off the line from Leeds after a Jarrod Bowen hit. The ball through to Declan Rice. I think everyone just sort of assumed it was offside, and it wasn't. He picks up the ball, manages to just about keep it in. Jarrod Bowen's the only one in the area. Antonio arrives late. He does play it towards Antonio at the back stick. The header away from the Leeds United defender was basically all that was possible for him at that time, and it lands at the feet of Jarrod Bowen, who takes a swing at it with his right foot, blocked off the line by one of the Leeds players. It's past Meslier. I'm not sure who it was who blocked it, but it is off the line. And then the follow-up play ends up at the feet of Vlasic, who strikes it. It deflects. It goes wide from a good block. West Ham with a corner, floated in towards the back post, looking for Thomas Souček into the hands of Meslier. I like that corner more than our usual one where we just boot it at the first man. I quite like that. Just get it in, get it towards Souček, who's being manhandled somewhat. Get it towards him. Do you know what I mean? Big play over the top. Oh, Lanzini managed to control that nicely. All of a sudden, West Ham have a secondary opportunity. Tries to play it in towards Souček. It was a risky pass, and if it played off, it would have worked. But Leeds come away with the ball. They stride forward. Click. Harrison looking for Greenwood. He does find him. Diop couldn't quite get the block. Does a second time, and then Dawson's clearance deflects away, and it's going to be a Leeds United throw in a very deep position. Good counter-attacking from Leeds. Diop is great entertainment. Well, you know it is. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you know it's done. Sub bingo. CW, we subbed at halftime briefly for Potty Broken will return. I hope so, because again, I have not awake enough to survive this game without it. I need a cup of tea, probably. I need a pee. My breakfast, this is going to be I don't know how the chat feels about this for my breakfast. I'm probably at some point going to eat some Guylian Belgian chocolates. This is the kind of day I'm living. Today. It comes to nothing. West Ham have a free kick deep inside their own half. Yeah, so as I was saying, that press, the Leeds United press, is what was the most dangerous thing about them the first time, right? That was the thing that really made us struggle. They pressed our double pivot that ended up forcing us back in awkward ways, and they made it really difficult for us. They made it very, very difficult for us. Today, I think we have the added benefit of Lanzini. He can drop deep, and he gives people the options. This is a really good opportunity for Vlasic here. Lays it off to Bowen. Bowen looking to try and shoot, finds Vlasic instead. He has Antonio next to him. Tries to wriggle past, can't. Antonio puts it onto his stronger foot. Ooh. Antonio getting dangerously close to scoring from outside the area. I know. I couldn't believe it either. The ball ends up at his feet. Vlasic was trying to find an angle to pass or shoot, couldn't quite do it. It was a good tackle by the Leeds defender. Antonio with a cheeky Cruyff turn and then hits it early. Just can't quite get the ball down enough. But I tell you what, I think it deflects off a Leeds defender. I think in the end, it's one of them who gets the touch, and it is a West Ham corner, but it was a nice try. Bowen to take the corner now. Steps up from the right-hand side, whips it in. He was looking for Antonio in the middle. Meslier comes out and boots it away. Johnson on the edge of the area, urged to shoot from the crowd because they've seen him score once. You've got to respect it. Johnson carries on with the ball, plays it out to Bowen on the right-hand side, goes on the overlap. That's a nice ball in from Jarrod Bowen. Souček arriving late. It's a good ball in from Bowen, but Meslier collects it. And Leeds went to try and play it away quickly, but good defending means it slows them down. decent pressure from West Ham. We're starting to build up into this game, starting to create some opportunities. You love to see it. You love to see it. But yeah, as I was saying, Lanzini helps us. He gives us those extra options when he drops so deep. He gives the defenders options to pass it to. He gives the double pivot options to pass it to, so we're not tempted to just punt it long like we were before he came in. And the other thing he can do is he can wriggle out of a press much more effectively than either Souček or Rice or our centre-backs can, for obvious reasons. He's just a lot more talented on the ball as a footballer, dribbling, all that good stuff, right? So for me, I like this. I think this is the right thing to do against these. Hopefully that should help. Hey, hope you're good. Hope you well. Charlie, let's get serious. Have you tried? I have not. I have not had the opportunity yet, Major. You're damn right that the second I get the opportunity, I will be. I spoke to my friend about it. It's on the cards. I've literally had conversations about this. It's on the cards, Major, but not yet. But I will make sure that when it does eventually happen, I will make sure to keep you aware. That's a nice ball down the line, by the way, for Leeds. Dan James on the left-hand side tries to put it in. It wasn't a bad cross either, but it was just over the top of Greenwood. And unfortunately for Leeds, it's not happening. But it was a nice opportunity. Nice opportunity. Played down the line to James, who's got the pace to he's got the pace to burn. He's completely behind Ryan Fredericks. Dawson can't afford to come across to him because there's not enough defense. It's a nice counter-attack. And he puts in, to be honest with you, it's a good cross, but it's just over the top of Greenwood. If Greenwood's a little bit deeper, someone else is on the follow-up, that would have been very nice. It doesn't quite happen. John, hello. Just joined. Surprised at the first team lineup with 2 exceptions. Yeah, we've gone for it, mate. We've gone for it, to be fair. Now, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing is depending on what you think you should prioritize, whether it comes to League or FA Cup, but we have gone for it. Is Leeds first team? Yes, but they have obviously a lot of. They've probably played. They've rotated, but they also, like, Rafinha's not starting, for example. He's on the bench. But they also have been hit with. They've been struck at the moment. They're not fit and fine. You know what I mean? So you don't. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. Lanzini's an offensive-minded Jorginho. Yeah, I think that's a fair shout, Rio. I think that's a fair shout. I mean, look, Jorginho's passing is probably better than Lanzini's. Let's be real. But Jorginho is one hell of a passer. He's the current day Pirlo. If there's one player who deserves whose passing range deserves a comparison to Pirlo, it's probably Jorginho from that position. But yeah, Lanzini drops into those same positions and then just goes for it, and that's kind of something I love. There, he's trying just again to wiggle through, play the ball, just quite work out. Leeds boot it up the pitch. Dawson lets it go out for a throw in, takes it quickly back to Areola. You love to see it. There was a little moment there where I thought we were seeing Aston Villa Birmingham throwback still. Harry and Robbie says, me and my friend John are making a football team called Arnie Bros. we played Luke's Array United, won 16-3. Big plays, mate. Big plays. Big plays. Just get him got. Get him got. No, I just get him got. Wolves 1-0 up against Sheffield. Okay, Rob. I would suspect that. I don't know how good Sheffield would be. I haven't seen anything of Sheffield United this season. I don't know how good they've been or not. I don't know what's going on down there. But you'd have to imagine a Wolves win, right? You'd have to. Some just almost dangerous passing around at the back from Leeds United. Vlasic going for the press, not quite managing to get there, but dangerous from Leeds. But they do come away with it. They've worked it well. West Ham going into the defensive shape as Leeds enter our half. Ayling plays it forward to Harrison. A little bit of an awkward touch from Harrison. Allows West Ham to recollect it, and it is a goal kick. There was a moment there where Jack Harrison looked like he could have done something, but it was a little bit of an awkward touch. And a little bit of an awkward touch. It was a bit heavy, and it was well capitalized on by, I think that was Lanzini, who gets the touch on, and Johnson just blocks him off, says no. He says no. Decent enough start for West Ham. Decent enough start. Leeds haven't really created anything of note. West Ham have created a couple of chances now. Leeds not looking particularly dangerous. They're not pressing like they were the first time around. I don't know whether that's a symptom of the rotated lineup or whether that's a symptom of playing away from home, but they're certainly not pressing like the last time they did face us. That gave us some issues. And right now it's looking all right for West Ham. It's 0-0, but you would have to say we'd have the better of it. We have had the better of it. And I'll take that. We'll take that. We ain't stressing. We ain't stressing. If we just have a quick look at the stats for a second, for example, you can see here shots wise, it's all West Ham possession, pass succession, dribble. Like it's just everything is West Ham right now, practically. When it comes to stats, I think we're doing really well. Like not the most alive start, not the most electric start you're ever going to see in your life. We're not destroying them, but we're certainly looking better than them, and that's the key here. That's the key. This is a good opportunity though. Bait twists, hits it straight into the hands of Areola. It was a decent opportunity there for Leeds. Again, they got numbers forward. They tried to make it work. It doesn't quite. But before for Antonio's taken down on the halfway line. Little pull on the shirt on the halfway line. Little pull on the shirt on the halfway line from the Leeds player. We went to hit the counter attack. Booted at Antonio, whose whole job there is just to win a thing. Really wish I picked some beers up earlier. I wish I'd woken up early. Again, my breakfast is going to be Guylian Belgian chocolate. So that's where we're at. Uncle Jim's got an erection. You love to see it. You love to see it. Dawson plays it back to Areola. West Ham just passing it around at the back. There was a very, 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 very light press going on from Leeds, but again, nowhere near what they were doing the first time around. Diop with a nice pass into Antonio, who again is dropping deep to try and make something happen here, and then falls over. The less said about that, the better. Better than chocolate baby boss. It's a dangerous combo, mate. It's a dangerous combo. I don't know what my stomach's going to be like. We're playing our first game of the season next Saturday. Our team is Ollie at left wing, Harry at right wing, John at right back, Ozzy at left back, and Greg in goal. Greg in goal is a big play, Harry. I don't know Greg, but from his name, I respect it as a goalkeeper name. Ozzy at left back. Interesting decision. We'll see how it goes. Leeds, shot from range. Well and truly over from your boy Greenwood there. Like, not even worth talking about. How much is Antonio worth in your opinion? 40 million. If Antonio was younger and fitter, 40 million wouldn't be a bad shout. I think as it stands, 25 maybe? 25? I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Chat, how much would you say Mikel Antonio's worth? I'm interested in this one. My gut says 25, but I'm not certain. Love this team and having the crack over here in Ireland. Would love to see it, Ruth. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Enjoy the crack. Spelt in that way as well. So I can only assume you're having a grand time. But there we go. We move. I feel a yellow for that guy if he tugs Antonio again. It's a warning one, right? It's a warning out of the gate. It's a warning shot. You just go, all right, we'll let you off that one. But if it happens again, it happens again, you know. But yeah. You're the only one, Uncle Jim. Even my girlfriend has listened to this to fall asleep before. So I wouldn't, not this, other streams I've done later in the night to fall asleep before. So, but I respect it. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. 3-1 West Ham. 3-1 West Ham. West Ham working the ball around at the back, just trying to see what's capable of moving forward. Diop just striding forward. You love to see it. Finds Antonio, who then passes it straight away backwards to Declan Rice. Souček dropping back to cover there nicely. Dawson, Lanzini, who's dropped deep to try and pick up the ball here, working it forward. Dawson. Oh, Fredericks with a nice 1-2. Jared Bowen couldn't quite get there. It goes out for a throw for Leeds, but I think it's pulled back for a foul on Jared Bowen. But it was a nice little combination play, nice little idea. Let's have a look. What do we say for the Antonio? For the Antonio thing, because I'm interested in that. 15 mil. Yeah, I mean that's what it's difficult because of his age and injuries, right? How much we'd want, how much he's worth, and how much we want is very different. Big Mulch White, yeah, strongly agree. If you haven't subscribed to Mulch White, make sure you do. Shout out Rocket League content, big plays. Let's go. Also made the link graphic if you've seen it. Talented, unlike me. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. 3 Hugels, just disgraceful. Ball in, by the way. controlled by Dawson, who then appeals for either a handball or a high foot. There was appeals went up there. Dawson sort of went down with his head. It was very scary for a moment, although someone's foot on Dawson's head. I backed Dawson's head in that beef. 3 Hugels, so we're talking 27. I respect that. Disgraceful against Hugill, but I respect it. Good morning from Chicago. Good morning, Stephen. I hope you're all good in the second city. Hope it's all going well over there. 25 to 30 million, 50p in a curly and half a curly whirly. So I'm down under Jesus. HDU, rough. 15 to 20 million, given his age and injury record. 15 to 20 says Mr. Ibase as well. Prices to us, but probably 20 mil in the open market. 18.5. 10 to 15 says Soham. Ball in over the top from Ailing there. 10 to 15. If we tried to buy him, we wouldn't want to pay more than 15. Yeah. It's one of those ones where, like, obviously his record, his scoring record and everything else. Oh, it does. I mean, look, it does hit his hand. Look, we're looking at the replay here for the call. It does hit his hand. I'm going to say it's not a handball. I mean, it 100% hits his hand. I'm not going to sit here and say ball's a hand or anything like that. I'm just going to say realistically, it does hit his hand. He's trying to grips up Craig Dawson. He's trying to give him a little hug, as defenders are want to do. And in the process, it hits his hand. Not a handball for me, although it does definitely hit his hand. I'm surprised his foot didn't fall off. Yeah, exactly. Hitting Big Craig's head. You don't want to risk it. Because if it's your foot or Craig's head's winning. Craig's head is winning. How Antonio signs a 4-year contract is beyond me. Yeah, I mean, look, it's he's going to end his career with us most likely at this point. We'll see how it ends up. But all I'll say is 4 years is long. 4 years is long. Leeds are in a good position here. They've got a lot of people forward. They're trying to just find the passing lanes through, but West Ham's defense, well organized, looking decent so far. Declan Rice just twined up there, but that's fine. West Ham win the ball off the back of it. They might have managed to wriggle past Rice, but he didn't get any further than that. Rice with an awkward touch, but manages to keep hold of the ball. Lanzini just on the inside of him. Instead, he spreads it out wide. It's nice. He pulled it back for a second, knowing he would get the time and space as Leeds went into defensive mode. And it's a nice ball across to Fredericks. Short to Bowen. This is West Ham attacking down the right-hand side. Bowen tries to cut inside, looking for an opportunity to shoot or play the ball forward. He's run basically across the entire length of the pitch here. A 1-2 with Vlasic finds Ben Johnson now out on the left-hand side. Bowen, who's still in the centre, regains the ball. Played through the lines looking for Antonio. Couldn't quite find it, but Leeds clearance only goes as far as Lanzini, who recycles possession. West Ham in a good period of possession here. Good area to be pressurising in as well. Lots of people forward. Would I want to see Thomas Souček maybe a bit further forward, but Lanzini and Bryce holding it down in the defensive area, just keeping it calm on the ball. Lanzini finds an inward pass to Bowen. Fredericks trying to just flick for a 1-2 with Bowen. Doesn't quite work out, and it goes out for a throw-in. But nice pressure, nice period of possession here from West Ham early doors. The throw-in that we've got off that is... It's deep. It's not as deep as I thought it was. We passed it back. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ignore that. It wasn't really deep. I thought it was deep for a second. It's not deep. Thrown short to Jarrod Bowen, who takes a touch, tries to play it inwards towards Vlasic. Couldn't quite do it. And the Leeds get it away well. Foul on the halfway line against Craig Dawson. Referee at your own peril, if that's what you want to do, mate. At your own peril. You have at it, mate. If you want to do that, then go ham. If you want to do that, go ham. Trying to wiggle their way through Leeds there. Sorry, I need to send a message. I didn't want you to hear my clacky keyboard. Played out wide, whipped in. It's a good opportunity for Leeds, headed away by Craig Dawson. It was a nice ball in, but it would have taken something special to have hit it first time from there. But it wasn't a bad shout. It wasn't a bad shout from Leeds. But West Ham regained possession. And again, just recycle it in a calm manner. This is very calm from West Ham so far. Leeds are not putting up the sort of fight they did the first time around in the first half, which made them so difficult. I'm a Sunderland fan. I want the Hammers to win because my granddad supports them. His son was a mascot in 1978 for West Ham versus Sunderland, which ended 1-0. He liked them ever since. Love that. Well, welcome, Jack. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. That's the kind of movements I love. Kind of movements I back. Charlie, what is your go-to curry? Oof, when you're in an Indian, mine's a lamb balti and mushroom rice. It's a strong shout, sir. It's a strong shout. I'm going to annoy a lot of people here when I say chicken korma. I don't deal well with heat, but to be honest with you, chicken korma is just so nice. There's other things I want to try it, but I like chicken korma so much that I just never stray from a classic. I know it's going to annoy people, but I'm going to be honest about it. I've just got to be honest about the beef. I just got to be honest. Not about the beef as in beef and food, beef as in a fight. I've just got to be honest. Firpo controls it out on the left-hand side, picks it up, dribbles his way in, tries to play a ball in. It was a poor pass. Shot from right into from Glick. Tries to hit it. He can hit him. Cleared away by West Ham, though. Harry says we're favourites to win the league. Love that, Harry and Robbie. Love that. Big plays. I ticked 6 new Weatherspoons yesterday. Flipping heck. 6. You got to respect it. You can't not. Maybe Antonio's been given a 4-year contract to bump up his price if you cry selling down the line. It's not the worst shot in the world, Soham. I don't know if we think that far ahead most of the time, but it's not a bad shot. Bell korma, I bet. Nah, just chicken. But, I'd love a baby bell in a curry. See what happens. Might give it a certain something. The something probably being something terrible, but it's worth a shot. West Ham trying to work their way forward here. Lanzini, Souček, Diop now striding forward with the ball into a dangerous area. Back to Declan Rice. He's forced to go backwards. Good defender by Leeds there. Just saying no. And they forced West Ham all the way back to the goal. And it was only a 2-on-2 press there as well. You feel like one of the West Ham players should have been able to do a little bit more of it, but apparently not. West Ham forced it all the way back to the goalkeeping area. This is better from Leeds. This is much better from Leeds. I'm all right, Callum. I'm very tired. I've not been up long enough to really even tell how I am, but I'm okay. I'm all right. Listening to you from Italy. My family are all West Ham fans. I'm a massive Leeds fan here in Italia, spreading the word. Good to see you, John. Welcome. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Even if you are a massive Leeds fan, you're more than welcome on this channel anytime, my friend. And shout out to your family as well. But love that. How are things in Italy? I hope they're well. Tronny, let's go with, because I can't pronounce that first name. I apologize. We need Traore because of his pace and physicality, but mostly he'll run through the whole pitch and score because his baby oil he has. Listen, I respect the baby oil. I like Adama. I wouldn't. I don't know if we need him. I don't know if I'd go for him, but I do like Adama. I think he's all right. I think people who don't like him are probably being a bit harsh, but he doesn't score a lot, bless him. He doesn't score a lot. I will say that. That's just I saw the thing Gonzo did on his channel where he was talking about putting him up front. Man just does car. He's got no end products. It's a bad idea. Played into the box from Leeds, looking for James, can't quite find him. Secondary opportunity there, I think it was for Leeds, who just swung at the volley opportunity, and it goes wanting, but close from Leeds United. It was balling was decent. Dawson's just sort of scrambling to get a header on it away from Dan James. In the end, it bounces down to a Leeds player who just takes a swing at it. Can't quite do anything with it. Johnny, good to see you. Hope you're well. If you're looking for any links, I would suggest there are places you can find that sort of thing. I should say as well, by the way, while we're here, shout out to Glenn. Appreciate that, Glenn. Oh, Antonio turns around. He's going for it now. Antonio's going through the paces here. Down the left-hand side, wriggling about. He's pirouetting like a madman. There's not much accuracy to what he's doing, bless him. There was an opportunity where this looked dangerous. It might have gone now, but played into Manuel Lanzini. This is a great opportunity. Manuel Lanzini controls it. No, it was Vlasic, sorry. It wasn't Lanzini. Lanzini does follow up and hits it. Yes! Lanzini gets it in the end. 1-0 West Ham. Come on. Come on, let me click on chat. Yes, come on. I thought it was Lanzini who was wiggling through. It wasn't quite. It was Vlasic who just hold him off. That's one of the things Vlasic has in his game that not a lot of people give him respect for. Guy's strong. The guy is strong. He holds you off. He's keeping hold of that ball whether you want him to or not. He's doing it, and he does it there. It's played into him. He's just holding off the Leeds defender, ends up hitting it. It's a good tackle, a very good tackle in the end. Bounces up, Melier can't quite get it. There's a scramble in the area, and it rolls out to Manuel Lanzini, who ends up slotting it home. It's West Ham United 1, Leeds United 0. Great work from Vlasic to just hold it off. There was a hint of offside in the build-up. We'll see what ends up. I don't know if it's going to go to VR or not. We'll see. I don't know. Does anyone who's offside get involved in the play? You could make the argument they're involved via annoying Leeds defenders, Leeds players. Lanzini doesn't touch it. He's not the one who's in an offside position. Let's have a look at the VAR. It could be for a foul, I guess, as well. But I mean, look, Bowen and Antonio are both in offside positions from the Vlasic shot, from the original Vlasic shot. They are both in offside positions. Now, the follow-up is whether you count that as off. Do they get involved in the play after that? They roll through. Bowen charges for the ball. Vlasic hits it a second time. Melier gets the block. It's an awkward one. Look, let's be real. Bowen and Antonio are definitely offside in the first place. And then when Vlasic hits it, are they offside? I'm not sure they are. On a second, because Vlasic stretches his leg out to hit it a second time. Are they offside? Does Bowen touch the ball? I mean, he's definitely involved. He's 100% involved. But the second touch from Vlasic may save us there. Vlasic hits it originally, and then Vlasic hits it originally, and then he fully stretches out as far as he can to get a second touch on it to try and just nod the ball, just try and just sort of hook the ball either past Melier, maybe to Antonio, something like that. But at that point, it looks like Antonio and Bowen are in line with that second shot, which I think would be where the pass is, where the problem is. And then Lanzini on the follow-up, who's never offside in any section of the game, slots it home. And it's given. 1-0 West Ham. Come on, deploy the boys. Let's go. Let's go. A bit of stress, bit of mild stress there, but it's fine. Lanzini gets the goal. He's having a good time, isn't he? I have to say, Vlasic's really good work in the build-up there, just to hold off. That's one of the things he's really good at. Strong. When he has the ball, he flipping keeps hold of the ball. You ain't getting it off him. That's one of the things I've been seeing more and more people respect as well about his game. I would have noticed it that much previously to this, but the last 4 or 5 games, I keep seeing it. He's just big, he's strong, and he makes the goal practically. And Lanzini in a Vazte-esque follow-up. You love to see it. West Ham United 1, Leeds United 0. 37 minutes into this game at the London Stadium in the FA Cup, and we take advantage. As I was saying just before that, by the way, shout out to Glenn, I should say, who dropped a £5 in the build-up show. Thank you very much, Glenn. I haven't said it yet, but thank you. I meant to say it before, and I forgot. Winning on the Ultimate Fan app. You love to see it. You have to see it. Do you know what? That serves a Ghanaian chocolate. We're gonna have a Ghanaian chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a conch shell. That's what we're gonna have. One of those. Just camera focusing on it, maybe. There you go. See the detailing on it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Ooh. You love to see it. Come on, Shrewsbury. I don't know who equalised. Either way, come on, Shrewsbury. Let's go. What a man Vlasic is. Let's go. Let's go. Lucas, if you see this, what a man. Let's back the beef. Come on. Come on. Still. Wasn't that a prawn? It was. I did realise that. I hope no one else would, but I did realise that. I even waited for the camera to focus in on it, as if to say, look at the thing I said. That was definitely correct. It's an L. It's an L, the Broomfields. It's an L. Lanzini and Bowen working their way through well here. Bowen down the right-hand side. He's got big overlap from Fredericks, who does really well, crosses the ball into a dangerous area as well, but Leeds hook it clear. It was good play from West Ham United there, to be fair. And now Bowen puts it back across, and we're trying now to go down the left-hand side. But nice play in the build-up there, West Ham. Fredericks getting forward well, pulling it back into a good area as well. That's the sort of thing you love to see, the sort of thing he's so good at. Bowen looking a little bit tired or something. I don't know. Here's what it is. But nice opportunity. And now a nice ball down the line from Dawson to Souček, who just sort of hooks it in. And it's not a bad cross, but again, West Ham just not enough numbers, not enough movement in the box, making it work. But yeah, and now Leeds regain possession of the ball. But good play from West Ham. Greetings, Todd. Good to see you, sir. How are you? I saw you coming up here as well. No worries for being late. I hope you're all good. Who scored? It was Manuel Lanzini about 5 minutes ago. If you want to scroll back, you can see the reaction if you want, or just hang with it. But yeah, it was Lanzini. Another good stuff. Good stuff. A hint of offside. And VR said, you know what? Nah, you got this, West Ham. You got this. You got this. Love to see it. Another goal before halftime. I'd take it. I'd take it. I would take it. Who's our number one target right now? Defenders. We're big into defenders at the moment. I did a transfer room show late last night. If you haven't seen it, you can go and have a gander if you want to get a sort of flash update on where West Ham are at in the transfer market. A lot of defenders, a lot of centre backs, looking likely right now. We just sent this message again. Clickety clackety keyboard. I apologize. Antonio, right, sorry, I was muted. Play down the left-hand side, came in quickly from West Ham. It was good play forward, and it was fizzed into the box. Antonio was there. He hits it, and it ends up going wide. He's down holding his ankle. Never something you really want to see from Mikel Antonio, or is it his knee? I don't know what he's holding. He's holding something. Declan Rice with a really nice through ball down the line, looking for Ben Johnson, who puts in a really nice first-time cross into Antonio. It was a really nice first-time cross from Ben Johnson with his weak foot as well. It was beautiful. He's at full stretch, Antonio, trying to get it in, and he's holding his shin. He's holding his shin, his ankle. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure why he was hurt, but it doesn't look nice. A good opportunity, though. Very nice play. Declan Rice, beautiful through ball. Johnson, incredible cross with his weak foot. Antonio just signaling towards the bench. I don't know whether he's coming off or whether he needs treatment. Either way, he's definitely taking a moment here, but very, very, very good stuff from West Ham. I was muted in the build-up, so it was probably just me making lots of weird gestures. But yeah, Antonio is down once more. Antonio gone again. Rolled his ankle. I couldn't see what he did. It looked okay, and the thing is, he's holding the foot that he went for the ball with as well, which was confusing me. But if he's rolled his ankle, then that makes sense. If he's rolled his ankle, then he can probably run it off. He can probably run it off if he's rolled his ankle. I do that on a daily basis when I walk about. Do you know what I mean? You just got, just make it feel like the people. Make it feel like. Not a hamstring. He's lost his leg. That was then hamstring's part of the issue. Then James, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. By the way, James, I also saw your thing. Origi, yes, 100%. That's the first choice. Don't get me wrong. I saw your comment. Origi, 100% on the video from last night. Origi, yeah. Where do you think West Ham will finish in the Prem? I think 4th. I don't know, Tronny. My gut says 6th. I don't know how confident I feel in that right now. Let's say Lord Divock. It's just a smart option. We should. Oh, the Irish sensation, Odubeko. He's back. You'd love to see it. Of course he is. Yeah, of course he is. Forgot about that. Not on the bench, bless him. He never will be. He's never playing for West Ham again. But I'd want to see him. I want to see it happen, but yeah. Rafinha and Forshaw for Leeds second half, please. That says John. I'd be interested to see where Bielsa puts his priorities. You wouldn't blame him if he prioritized the league and just didn't and left it till late. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Half time approaching here. Message finally sent. There we go. There we go. I rolled my ankle a while back, screwed me up for a good 2 months. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, really? Actually, saying that, my girlfriend rolled her ankle for last year at some point, and she's still struggling with it. It still just does weird things. She must have done something more to it. I don't know what it is. I'd roll my ankle when I walk along the street like an idiot constantly, and it does hurt, but you can run it off. I wouldn't want to be a professional footballer and do it. That's a good point, though, to be fair. You are running about on it. I'm just walking to bloody Greg's or some nonsense. So it's a different story. It's a very different story, obviously, but yeah, that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Over the ball now to Leeds. Firpo collects it well, puts in the ball cross. Just cut out there by Jared Bowen. Not successfully cut out, but at least blocked and put it off. And Anzini just drifts past two players. Now he's flying forward. Antonio's just ahead of him. Finds Vlasic. Antonio then moves way out to the left. Vlasic trying to find a space. Finds Antonio instead. Puts it into a good position. Wasn't a bad cross. Rice was in there, as was Fredericks. But in the build-up, Fredericks there, just there's a little bit of bump and grind on the Leeds defender and goalkeeper. Both of them down. I think it's Firpo and Melier down. Antonio. It's a lackadaisical cross. It's a calm cross, but not a bad one. Looking for Fredericks at the far post, and Melier who comes just comes through Junior Firpo. I'm gonna say it. I think they're both okay. I think they're both all right. Melier looks in more pain than Firpo did. Firpo, after he went down, did do a little cheeky look up to see what was going on. And he seems to be sort of on his knees now as opposed to down. So I suspect he's fine. Melier looks more damaged, although he did have the wherewithal, fair play to him, when he went down to grab the ball. So I don't know. Another cross straight down keeper's neck. Melier's done well to really come and collect it into Commander's box today, I think. The crossing hasn't been great at times. Some of it's been all right, but it hasn't been consistently great. Let's say that. But he's done well to come and collect it every time we see in the replay there. He just clears out Firpo on the way through. I think he'll be all right, to be fair to him. I think he'll be all right. And like I say, both players react in a way to me which says that it won't be too serious, that they're probably both okay. Firpo, if anything, it looks like his arm would have been dodgy, but he holds his face, so I suspect they're both fine. Melier did fall awkwardly, but again, reacted well enough to get it. But yeah, our crossing could be a bit better. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. If it's not... Yeah, a little bit. Sausage roll in one hand, steak bacon in the other. Still. 3 minutes of stoppage time is almost over purely from injuries alone. I'm going in for another Guylian chocolate, and this time I am going to find a conch shell, for Christ's sake, because I can't be embarrassed like that 2 times in a row. Come on now. Can you see that? Come on, camera, focus. There you go. Now, if that's not a conch, I don't know what a conch shell is. It would improve the fortunes of the watch-along, to be fair. I wasn't going to mention it, but now you've said it, it's not impressive. I'm not impressed, Val. I'm someone who loves a good quad, right? I love a good calf. He does not have calves I respect. Fine. not bad calves, but no, you know what I mean? No, I'm not here for it, Val. I'm not here for it. Thought Diop was playing well today compared to usual. I think he's doing all right. I I saw the comment above that he'll cost us top 4. We can't have 3 top 4 centre backs at the club. Unfortunately, our two best centre backs have got injured. It is what it is. I think Diop and Dawson are more than capable of being good replacements in that realm. You know, I think we can't have 3 top 4 centre backs at the club. It's just not feasible for a club like West Ham at this stage in their sort of build up. It's just not going to happen. You know, any club who lost it. Look at what happened to Liverpool last time. They lost basically all their centre backs and they dropped away. It happens. Do you actually know what Gonzo looks like as an oyster shell? Looked like a chocolate clam. It was a prawn. He needs to go. Yeah, exactly. Work him out. Work a cycle more. I guess maybe. I think that's probably what does it. I don't know. I've got good calves. It's natural. Good opportunity for West Ham. Played forward, hit. Oh, Fredericks is the one who ends up getting the shot in the area. Mikel Antonio nowhere to be seen, by the way. Ball comes across the Fredericks, hits it, and Melia. It's a relatively routine save in the end. But Fredericks getting into a good position. Mikel Antonio covering at the moment. In the midfield position, but it was beautiful play through the lines, through the passing lines, and he just couldn't get a decent enough shot away to trouble Melia. It's a routine save in the end. It was a nice play through from Leeds there. It's a nice pass, click. The cross was not good. James is straight over his head, and now Mikel Antonio collects the ball. Doesn't really come away with it with any sort of confidence, Mikel Antonio, and then lose out to Leeds in the most. Okay. Ball came into Ryan Fredericks here, got into an excellent position, hits it. And it's not, to be fair to him, look, fullbacks who aren't the most technical in the world, as Ryan Fredericks isn't. Sorry, Wally, if you're watching, that's not a diss. I respect him and love him dearly, but not the most technical fullback you're ever going to see. Not the worst hit. He at least hits it and gets it on target, but it is a roller. It is a disappointing roller. Masturbate nearly killed Johnson. It was dangerous. It was dangerous. It's about to happen on my screen. There you go. Dangerous. Studs up. No card. Johnson goes in. He goes in, studs up. Does he win the ball? I think he wins the ball. It's dangerous. It's dangerous play. Don't get me wrong. When I do think it is. I do think it's dangerous. As A, it's as if Geo turns up, and B, I would respect your decision either way, Major. I would question one of them, but I would respect your decision either way. And there is the halftime whistle. The halftime whistle goes, and it does end West Ham United 1, Leeds United 0. That's not the worst thing in the world. That's not the worst thing in the world. Defo Yellow Bait was very lucky there. Little bit. It was dangerous. It was dangerous. Wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but dangerous. In which we'll cut to Giamatti, just in case you are thinking of going and watching Laura Woods instead. Thoughts on that last challenge just before you go any further?
A little bit naughty, wasn't it? Tasty. A tasty tackle.
Tasty, yeah. I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's dangerous, but I don't think it's a red. He gets the ball, but it's lively. He got stuck in. You can't say he did not get stuck in. Opinions?
Doing all right, aren't we? We're all right. I think defensively, we still look a little bit suspect. I think if I was Leeds, I'd be thinking we're still in this, get Rafinha on the pitch, and we'll cause them a bit of problems. But that's largely through our own making at times. I think defensively, we've been making minor errors we've been getting away with, and it feels like there's a big error in this defence of West Ham, which is concerning. We've seen it in the last few games too, but we're doing all right. I think we're knocking the ball about nicely. We're looking decent enough on the break too. Are comfortable, but not overly convincing half, if that makes sense. Still a job to be done in the second half, Charlie.
Yeah, I think we've been the better side. I don't think Leeds have come anywhere close to the sort of levels of pressing or performance we saw last time we faced them, where they really went for us. I don't think we're seeing that. I think they're quite content to sort of sit, and I don't know whether that's them. I don't know if that's a tactic because they're away from home or because they've rotated or what, but they're not looking overly like we're gonna kill you like they usually are with Leeds. Like you say, I think we're the better side. I think it's been quite a casual game at times. I think it's been quite a casual game. We've sort of been going through the motions a little bit, but I think we are the better side. If you said to me which team's going to score, I would say West Ham. If you said to me which team's going to make a big mistake, I think I'd be 50-50 on it. I think that's a fair comment. Because Leeds don't look particularly sharp defensively either. It's just you would expect us to be sharper, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the young lad struggling with Antonio. He is struggling whenever Antonio gets up against him. I mean, he's big. The defender's tall, but Antonio's far stronger than him, far more experienced. Every time the ball goes near Antonio, he just shapes his body up, and he's getting dragged to the ground every time. And there was one time in the first half, Antonio ran about 15 yards towards their own goal. He ran with him the whole way, which is fair enough. But all of a sudden, there's just a massive hole in the Leeds centre-back area because this young lad's going chasing Antonio down the middle of the park. I think one or two Leeds players are fortunate to be on the not to be on the book, and I think he's one for his consistent fouling and obviously bait at the end there with that tackle. So yeah, I think we're comfortable. Like I said, I think we deserve the lead, but the defense doesn't fill me with confidence yet. They've not even probed our defense that much, and there was that occasion when Diop played it massively short to Declan Rice at one point, and when it came in the box to Green backheeled it, and it was almost like Dawson and Diop just both stood still waiting for each other to get it, kind of thing. And there's hints of error, if you like, but I think, like I said, I think we're playing okay.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I shall see you in a minute. I'm actually going to get a drink and maybe breakfast. Who knows?
Right, let's see what you guys are all saying. Bertie saying Vlasic is looking more confident and contributing. Have to agree. Chris agrees as well, saying that he's looking good. More to come. Clout and Booze. Hopefully, Gary says that hopefully that little knock to Mickey make Moyes' arse twitch enough to get that striker. The one good thing, I suppose, is that it's not his hamstring. When Antonio went down, of course, you go, whoa, no. But when he's holding, I thought it looked like he was holding his Achilles rather than his ankle to me, which in a weird way is a good thing because it's not his hamstring. If he was holding his hamstring, I'd be panicking, but he's not. But it's a little warning, a reminder that we've got 3 games in the next 8 days coming up. Derek says a bit lacklustre from both sides. A game lacking quality. Antonio needs to do more against his young player. Every time Diop gets the ball, his heart is in his mouth. Yeah, I'm getting that vibes with Diop as well, to be honest with you. I think his form's been affected. I say his form, his confidence has probably been affected by the 2 errors he made. The one big error he made against Palace, and he conceded a free kick, which led to the second goal for Crystal Palace. He's not playing too well. I'm getting those vibes as well. Don't worry, it's not just yourself, Derek. As for Antonio, I think Antonio's playing quite well, to be honest with you. I think he's doing okay. Stephen says goal was a home decision goal. Wouldn't be given the other end. Right, I'm staying away from the goal thing. I was kind of glad Charlie never asked me it because I want to keep it for the review. Because you guys, I imagine most of you watching this will watch the review, so you don't need me to repeat myself twice. But for the live chat, if you guys are watching live right now, first of all, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, do you think it should have stood the goal? Lanzini scored. Is a goal? Yes or no? Should have been ruled off for offside. So say yes, goal. No, offside, goal. Do you know what I mean? So yes, correct decision. Should have stood. No, should have been offsided. West Ham are a little bit fortunate, perhaps, because I think it's going to split opinion. Right, let's have a little look. Adam says we should have had a penalty for the handball, which was looked at by VAR. Iron says that Johnson has every potential to be a first team. I think he's sort of in there, isn't he? He's sort of second choice left back and second choice right back, which is not a bad stature to have in the team. Mario says Vlasic did 90% of the work. Whilst I agree, I do think Antonio had a big part to play. So Arm says that our off-the-ball movements have not been good. Curve and Orr says that Diop looks terrible. Michael said, I think Antonio kicked his ankle when he had the shot and fell over. Chippy said our midfield looks lost for ideas when trying to play through the Leeds midfield. I think our centre-backs are struggling, actually. I think Diop and Dawson, whenever they get the ball, they're looking for that pass into the middle for whatever reason, it's not often on. They're having to dribble 5-10 yards with it, which is okay if they're good, but it's not the best. Anyway. Hammersmith, why is nobody talking about the fact Velasquez touching the ball on the floor, which means it's not offside? Well, no one's saying it. No, we haven't spoken about it yet, though. Greg says that Lanzini's best player in the part needing another goal to sell it. Ref letting a lot of go for Leeds. Yes, I agree with that. The referee is letting it go. I'll be honest with you, I don't mind it too much. The players, the one player in particular is that Held, the left centre back for Leeds, the 18-year-old. I don't mind it too much because he's young, and I do sometimes think you have to play that a little bit. You know, I've just read. I'm a bit biased, perhaps. I've just read Matt Clattenburg's autobiography. I know. Howard Webb's one was really good as well. They both speak about how you've got to manage every game differently, and when it's a youngster like that, the best thing to do would be call. It is Luke Ayling that's the captain, and anyway, because Cooper's not playing, so I think Luke Ayling is the captain here. Call Ayling over with young lad and say to Ayling, sort him out. He keeps fouling. I'm going to have to book him eventually. Just calm down. Take your hands off Antonio. Just have a word with him. He's not done that out well, so he's almost just allowing him to keep fouling him, and eventually he's going to get yellow carded without a warning. So anyway, let's have a look and see what I'm now at the bit where you guys are all saying goal or no goal. So let's have a little look. Gary says yes. Adam, yes. Klavich, yes. Scarborough doesn't care. I'm a bit like that too. Says Simon, yes. Steve says no. Steve's the first one that says it's offside. Goal. Offside. Yes, goal. Let's have a little look. Goal. Tight but right. I like that face. Goal, offside, goal. Steve says goal, not clear and obvious. I don't think. See, I don't mean to dig Steve out, by the way. I'm not trying to dig Steve out. When it comes to VAR with offside, just about clear and obvious, it's either offside or not. There's no clear and obvious when it comes to offsides. I appreciate what Steve's trying to say, and I think that should be used when it comes to like those really small marginal ones where you're really zooming in if it's a player's armpit or a player's kneecap compared to the other player's armpit. I think them ones should be just go with whatever the referee's decided. But for today's one, I don't think it's about clear and obvious. It's either offside or it's not. It's black and white today's one as far as I'm concerned. Goal. Iron saying probably should have been ruled offside. Arthur saying if they're checking for offside, they should check for the foul. I agree with that one. Christian saying offside but a penalty. Tim saying offside. Ironix is saying sod the offside, should have been a penalty. Scott saying a goal. Brad saying offside. Chippy saying it wasn't a goal and it should have been a pen. Okay, but Chippy's avoiding whether he said it's a goal or not. Yes, Charlie?
No, I was just saying hello.
Just waving. Do you think it
Yeah.
was a pen, Charlie? Not a pen, sorry. The goal was it offside or not? Mark saying not offside. Pedro saying offside.
Oh, right.
Chris is saying not offside.
I'm probably about to say exactly what you just said, but obviously Bowen and Antonio.
I've not given my opinion.
Okay,
I'm going to keep it for the review, so don't repeat it.
Oh, this is why Geo's in charge because he's smart. I just splurt stuff out. Bowen and Antonio were obviously offside from the first attempt. That's as clear as day. There's no arguing that, right? The thing is Vlasic does get his foot out and stretch out for the second attempt. If he hadn't got that second touch, yes, it would have been offside. It would have been offside because Bowen's getting involved in play. Even though he doesn't touch the ball, he's getting involved in play. You would have said it's offside, right? Whatever. But without that second touch, I don't think it ends up in the back of the net. The second touch is what forces it out of the opportunity of Meslier getting the ball. That's when Lanzini pounces. That's when he gets the goal. And at that point, neither Bowen or Antonio look offside. They look in line with the ball. So I would say no, it's not offside. I wouldn't have complained if it was given. I would have been like, fair enough. Like, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of nonsense happening. But for me, no, not offside. Tight. And I suspect if I watch a Leeds channel later on tonight, they'd probably say the exact opposite. But for me, no, not offside.
Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave you be. I know it's just 5 past. I know there's a big add-on injury, but I'd imagine it'll come back out in a minute. I'm feeling good, Charlie. I'm feeling good about the first half. Like I said, I think it's. I think we've been okay the first half. We've got another couple of years to go. My worry is, I said in the build-up, what the scoreline is will determine what Bielsa does. There's obviously 5 substitutions today, which is crucial, I think. I said we were 2-3-0 up. Well, I said if we were 2-0 up by halftime, Bielsa probably won't take on Dallas, Forshaw, and Rafinha. You'll probably just keep them and maybe put on a couple of these younger players. But because it's 1-0, and the longer it stays 1-0, I think Bielsa will be more tempted to bring on Dallas, Forshaw, and Rafinha as well. I think we need an early goal in the second half just to stop Bielsa making those substitutions, just to try and put Bielsa off using Rafinha today. Where we are, the longer it goes on 1-0, like I said, I think the more chances of Rafinha coming on. And he will be the best player on the pitch. Today, so far, Rice is playing okay, Bowen's playing quite well, Lanzini's playing really good, but Rafinha has the ability to come on and be better than all those players and change the game for Leeds just like that. It's something we're lacking a little bit at the minute. Lingard was a bit like that for us last season. We don't really have a player that does that this season for us. Basically, what I'm trying to say, Charlie, is when Rafinha comes on, I'm going to shit myself. It's basically what I'm saying.
Fair.
So
that's totally
I'm going to disappear and I shall leave you be.
Fair. Out with the old, get rid of that loser. In with big plays. Let's go. Deploy the boys. Who needs that guy? Get him out. Get him out. Not interested. Not interested.
Just like old times.
Just like old times. We don't
Just like old times.
Scottish. Look at he's gone now. You can talk crap about him. Loser. Loser. I had to replace you.
Oh wait, hang on. No, we can
double it. We can double it. Come on. Yes. Fold it up. Disgraceful behaviour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. That was 32 since last time. There we go. What if we just left it? What if we just left them on? Hang on. What if we just hear me out? What if, right? Hang on, I will have to fall in. Hang on, let me just. I was going to do his accent, but I can't. Hang on. Obi, what do you think of the game? That was a terrible impression. I'm sorry.
very boring first half. Really, really shocking.
Well, Tom, everybody. No, right, let's move Danny back. There we go. I'm gonna. We do watch alongs every match day, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, so if you want to come back, feel free to make sure to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. What do you think of the first half? Talk to me.
Just a bit. I don't know. There was parts. There was good parts, and then there was just bad parts. It was just, I don't know.
Very much a game of two parts.
Yeah, well, no, we looked all right. I thought Vlasic looked really good at parts. And obviously Bowen sort of looked very threatening. Antonio, everybody looked a bit threatening, but we just still look very shaky at the back. It's weird. It's just I'm still not sold on it's a deal. It's just an accident waiting to happen, isn't he? Do you know what? Okay. I was distracted in the live chat with Danny DeVito, but now I'm actually here. He is distracting. I like it though, but it's just very.
I'll be honest with you, right? I forget he's there, and it doesn't enter the periphery on screen, but it does enter the periphery physically here. And there's been times when Rafinha's come on, by the way. There's been times where it has shaken me to my core when I'm just sat here doing whatever, and all of a sudden I remember there's like a flipping essence behind me, and it is Danny DeVito. But I wouldn't call it distract. He's not distracting me. I mean, it's respectful. It's fine with me.
Oh shit! It's all going on. It's just mine's. You see,
Rebecca's
Danny's
turned up,
very
by the way,
small.
and there's already a woof in chat. I'm not here for it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's.
Bro, give him the supporty bit. Look, we've probably got it from. Look, the supporty.
But he's too big because otherwise he's like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, Danny DeVito is like 4 foot. That does help. Oh my god!
There we go. We'll put him down there.
I mean, you can still see him. He's fine. He's still good. There. He's still good.
Yeah, no, it's that is a very unpopular Jesus, I've just been taken back in time a year, and James is spouting unpopular opinions in the live chat. Does he have the high ground? He may do. He may just do.
It's a solid reference. I mean,
it is a solid reference.
I mean, like I don't want to say I'm not convinced by him. I think he's fine. I think he's all right. Like, I think it's difficult, right? Because I saw, for example, people saying in the chat at one point, "Oh, he's going to cost us top 4," and I think we're probably top 4 is probably a push anyway, regardless. But I also think realistically, he's our 3rd/4th choice centre back, and I think as 3rd/4th choice centre backs go in the Premier League for a club of our position who don't have that much money, to be honest with you, I'd take that as it being Issa Diop. I'd take that.
Yeah, he's listen. There's still obviously there's parts of him that I love watching. Like when he brings the ball forward, especially when he sort of comes over the halfway line, like he runs with intent. It's kind of what you want from your centre half, almost like what Harry Maguire does and driving the ball forward. But then he just defensively, but I don't know if it's because he's having to play as that left-sided centre half that he's just he's just not as competent at doing it because he's not a left-sided centre half and it's a very sort of specialist position because there's not a lot of good left-footed centre halves in world football. So yeah, it's a strange one with Diop, but yeah. Where is the monster, as Evan says there in the chat? Where is he? I don't know. I really don't know.
He's right here because I did. You won't be surprised, Tom. I've not been up long. And what I've got for breakfast, I've been eating. Hang on. Italian chocolates and strand.
Big.
But I thought that's not enough breakfast, so I did make myself some toast. But I don't have any knives clean, so I'm just eating it plain. That's something.
Do you know what the worst thing is? And I'm glad I'm here, chat. Right. The worst thing is Rebecca. She broke the vase.
What?
The vase was, bruv, she broke the vase.
First of all, strongly agree. Second of all, what? I've not been made aware of this.
Hang on. I need to show you a picture. She broke it, mate. It's just she got jealous of the fact that me, you, and the vase had like a special relationship.
Yeah.
And she just offed it. Look at that. We're watching the darts the other night, and she smashed it. Smashed it.
I won't time her out, but I tell you what,
it's disgusting.
I'm bloody close. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It is absolutely disgusting. I know I see a few people in the chat just saying some nice things. Oh my God, Rebecca's donated. We really are in 2019, 2020, Charlie.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I appreciate it. I don't care what the content. I don't care what the I haven't got. There's no space on it, so it just sort of exists now. I don't care what the context is. It's not okay. It's not okay. Sorry, you were saying I don't want to. I'm sorry. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted, Tom. I'm disgusted.
No. It's I do actually. I now have the football on in front of me here as well. So I didn't know if I was going to come back and watch. Like we were actually going to do a watch long.
If you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to. You're welcome here as long as you want. I don't mind. I might be lonely for once, so that'll be fine with me.
Yeah, I see a few people in the chat and stuff, and some of you that follow me on Twitter. Yeah, it was probably one of the worst days of my life yesterday. As same for Rebecca as well. But the outpouring of support and love from people has been amazing. So without getting sopping emotional, it's we're watched over now, as it shall take pride and place on my desk here. But yeah, it's been a wild 24 hours, but I guess distracting yourself with old flames is how I would it's
better than what I've got on my desk. I have
where's cotton coal?
I have a Batman
candy sticks with the tattoo.
And do you know what the most depressing thing about that, Tom, is? The bloody one it gave me was Superman. What do I look like? I got the Batman one. I wanted Batman, and I got this nonsense.
I don't even know. I've still got my knife here. I mean, basically, but from when everyone last saw me, I've moved. Whereas before I was back at mum's, and then now I'm here in Leeds. I've moved back to Leeds, so my setup looks a little bit different behind me. So yeah, I'm still at the same drawer. I'm sure we could still find things that I used to have in Leeds back at mum's that I now have here with me. But yes, the one thing is that I do have a knife.
Yeah. What's that? A knife? No, no. The difference is you brought your desk. I have
And
this.
basically a Baby Yoda shrine as well.
Wait, there is a lot. There is a lot of them about.
There's a lot of them about.
James Garden, thank you very much. Can Danny do the stanky leg? Listen, Danny can do many things, right? Again, I've shown this before. I'll show it again because I feel like it bears repeating. He is wearing Crocs, bless him.
Oh,
I know. Hang on, there you go. I know he's an older gentleman, but that's not okay.
Listen, the greatest character on It's Always Sunny. Didn't know you had internet in Leeds. Funny you say that because we didn't. We've actually had to buy a specific, like 5G box because the internet is so bad here. So realistically, Leeds doesn't have good internet, but it does have good 5G signal. Which, if you've had the COVID, boosters and your jabs and everything, you could be at risk. Is all I could say. You could. I've
had two of them now. I've had two of the three companies available, the vaccines available. I'm looking for a third. I'm thinking I might turn into 6G.
Oh, just off. Oh my god, we're in sync as well.
You love to see it. It's like old times where Tom's just ever so slightly ahead. But yeah, no, I'm looking for the third one, so I might be able to activate 6G at some point.
Stephen, this is all very interesting, guys. But any chance of updates from the game, Stephen? I do not recognise your name here. Okay, this what we're doing here. This was part and parcel of what we did. It wasn't just Charlie that.
Some would go as far as to say it was all of what we did.
It's just this is all we did. We did counselling sessions. We did everything but talk about the game.
You did counselling sessions. I stayed well away.
Yes,
that's well away.
True. Yes, that is very true. But for you, just an update, Antonio. Yeah, just drove into the box. Just basically sat Llorente down on his arse, played the ball wide to Bowen, and Bowen had a shot, and Meslier pushed it out for a corner, and then nothing has resulted from the corner.
I tell you what, you do that, I'll do the other side of it, which is just eating.
Declan Reese, and I know that's you, Rice, from Peach's shows and stuff. How dare you? Again, listen, people are here. They should stay for Charlie Walsh. They should always stay. Charlie is the king of watch-alongs. But we did some special things. Specifically, the Lanzini moment will always live long in the memory. But we did some special things together. We can roll back to Tottenham away. It's just harsh. It's just very hard.
You're on thin ice, mate. You broke the vase. Now you come here. You start chatting. Anyway, carry on. I'm going to carry on eating. You do you.
Yeah, I don't. Now I'm like, do I advertise the Discord? Do I, like what? It's been so long. I don't. You just okay. Look,
it doesn't work on half the screen.
Oh, wow.
But it's there.
Oh wow.
And you go down, right, and there's this bit called Streamlinks. If you click on there, you probably find what you're looking for, people. You probably find what you're looking for. Doesn't work if I'm half screen, but screw it. Let's play it anyway. Why not?
That was incredible.
It wasn't even me. You made it. It was Mulchmite, man. Mulchmite128, right? One day, out of nowhere, DMs me. Just with the link to that. And just goes, if you want, you can use it. And I was like, hang on. How have you made this all of a sudden? Secondly, then I didn't even know that that Mulchmite has an excellent Rocket League channel, which if people hasn't subscribed already, go subscribe to Mulchmite128 because out here supporting the Rocket League content. It was a madness. There you go, madness, madness.
That's big plays.
I don't even have to say the word Discord anymore. It does it for me. Do you know?
It's just big plays. That's just big plays. What? And again, that came from nothing. Set up by my younger brother. Athers 16 and just absolutely nowhere we have a server that's got nearly 3,000 members in. It's crazy. It's a big place.
It's the biggest West Ham one by far, I think.
Can I just ask you, right, because he's on the ball now, what are your opinions of Vlasic?
I think that's a free kicker for a start. I think that's a free kick.
The people saying that's some great diving, whatever. What are your opinions on Vlasic?
Actually, you can now you can actually see what my exact time is. How far ahead are you? I reckon it's like 2 seconds max.
Hang on, IT. I'm borrowing Rebecca's ring light because it was in the way of the timing. Okay, wait, 55-19. Hang on. The ITV do the thing where they take the score and the
Oh,
time.
yeah, for the replays. Yeah,
26. I'm about a second in front of you.
Love that. Perfect. I think he's really good. I think he's doing bits. Do you know what I really like about him? He is impossible to take the ball off of. You try and muscle that man off the ball. The answer's no, my friend. He's big.
All right.
He's a big guy.
For those that care, it is a free kick to West Ham. Outside the box, Rafinha is playing as the draft excluder. 6 in the wall. No, 4, 5 in the wall. Lanzini, Bowen, and Rice around the free kick. Lanzini shaping as if he's going to stick it into the top left-hand corner. But will he do it? Lanzini steps up, and it comes yeeted off of one person's head. Anyway, yeah, no, I like him. I like him. I've seen enough of him the last sort of few weeks. Even now, he got that goal. There's just that confidence about him. I don't know. I still feel like there's a player in there. I think he's so hesitant to actually just sort of like take the ball and drive at the fences and stuff. But he wants to almost make the extra pass and do the right thing instead of maybe sometimes taking a risk. But he's so strong. He is strong like bull. When he puts his head down and if he was able to a little bit more, just cut in off that right foot and just unleash an absolute thunder bastard, as Clips would say, I think he'd be all right. I think now he's got a lot of confidence at the moment, obviously, with Benrahma not being here as well, and he's probably going to get a lot of minutes over the next few weeks. It's perfect time for him.
Yeah, I think 100%. Like, I really like him. I think it's one of those ones where he's playing a completely different role than he was previously. And like, I can't confess to have been like I don't have the deepest knowledge of Russian football. Don't get me wrong, but I had at least seen him play once or two. Look, I am not the czar of scouting. Okay, it is not me. But he's playing a different role. He used to play a sort of second striker, almost like number 10, kind of just like almost Dele Alli in his prime position for CSK. And now when he's come here, he's obviously been forced to play as sort of essentially Fornals Mark II, right? So he plays out wide, he drops deep a lot. It is what it is. But I think he's adapted well, and now he's adapted. We're starting to see that bit to his game where he is getting a bit more adventurous. Like you say,
there you go. Oh my God, go on, Deck, line it up.
It's never happening. I don't know why. I know. Look, it never happened when you were here. It's not going to happen now. It's not happening. Declan Rice is not scoring from range.
Listen. I did a show with James the other week on E20 Zone TV. Shout out, James.
On what channel?
E20 Zone TV.
Carry on.
E20 Zone TV. As a woman is very unhappy.
She is.
She's fumed. She's fumed.
She won't
She's fumed.
She has been fumed. She is in a state of fume.
She is in an fugue state. It's all about opinions and sort of like what is the most wildest opinion that you've got. And a lad came on. For the life of me, I can't over the top of my mind. I can't remember his name. May have been Mitchell. He does stuff for West Ham Fan TV, sort of like their fan cams and stuff. And he said, and chat I know will go wild for this, but he said Vlasic is so overrated. Like he would struggle to make us like 11, we should improve and sell Vlasic. I was taken aback. Not Vlasic, sorry, Souček. I was taken aback by it. He reckons that he'd do okay in the Championship. It was a wild accusation. And all I could say was, if you thought that was bad, just wait till Charlie Walsh comes in and tells you that Declan Rice is not as good as you maybe think he is.
He's all right, man. He's good.
And that Jordan Henderson is a better player than Declan Rice.
He's a better cat. Was anything I said on that stream wrong?
No.
Thank you very much. In everyone's face. Just admit defeat. Everybody. Just admit defeat. Take the L. Yeah, no, I think that is a little bit wild. I can't lie to you. That was a little bit wild.
If it's still a choice between Benny or Vlasic, it's still Benny for me. I agree right now. I still think Benrahma, at least he's found a bit of confidence. It's like when Benrahma and Antonio are on the same hymn sheet and they're singing from the same hymn sheet, the churches be loud. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
The churches do be loud.
I feel like
they do be loud.
I feel like Eric Cantona at the press conference. When's the seagulls? When's the seagulls?
When they are on song together.
Eat from the trawler.
Look, you know, it's not a bad analogy. The churches do be loud. The churches do be loud.
But it
I
seems like
think,
when those two
personally,
play well together, that's when they both seem to either score or assist. When Benrahma had his bad patch, Antonio also had his bad patch at the same time. So it was when they both started sort of becoming on song together in the last few weeks. The seagulls ate from the trawler.
Mate, this is how you know. This is how you know. Me and Reese are friends. Craig Dawson and Jordan Hugo are the best players. Deploy the boys.
How we could have done with an extra striker right now is all I would say.
Bro, we've had over a year since Haller left. Over a year since Haller left, and we're still like, oh, we're going to scout and Nesri when he's at AFCON. It's like, what have we doing for 12 months? I mean, he was linked 12 months ago, and he was supposedly first choice then. What are we doing scouting him? Anyway.
Yeah. I think, they're two very different players, though, Vlasic and Benrahma. Benrahma obviously a bit more skill at his feet, but I do like, especially like in a quote-unquote cam position, I like my cams to be strong like bull. And I think that physicality will help him in the Premier League maybe going
Anderson
forward,
Talisca.
because obviously it is a Anderson Talisca. It is a strong league, the Premier League. So I could see him in if he's got all the right tangibles to succeed, I would say.
Tangibles.
He's got the and intangibles to succeed at West Ham.
He has the tangibles. The tangibles.
So I've still got one eye on the game here.
I have 2 hours on the game and half an eye on my flipping toast, so I won't worry too much about it. Ben Johnson is what it is. I like them both. I like them both, and I like them for different reasons. And I think the more Vlasic plays, the more convinced it's going to happen. I was never one of these people who was like, he's a flop, he's this, he's that. I was never that. But the
Eddie Duffy. That I could not have said it better myself. But now if you put it with an Eric Cantona accent, when Vlasic and Lanzini sing from the same hymn sheet, the old choir saws.
I'm not gonna try and match that. Point is, Vlasic good.
I'm so
Ben
sorry.
Rama
All of these new people all these new people I don't know from the watch along have come back and gone, where's the game commentary?
To be fair, it's not like I do more than I used to, but that's mainly because I don't have you to bounce off of, so I just end up bouncing off of the game. Like, for example, Tom, question: do you know what a conch shell looks like?
No, but I feel like you're about to shut off. Bart Simpson, I rate the pillow choice.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I need it for my back. Little cheeky Simpsons pillow. Stolen from
Marge looking fly.
It's Marge looking fly. I don't know. I keep eating Guylian chocolates and I can't figure out which one's the conch shell.
Guylian, the Julian.
Whatever, man. What am I, French? Right, here we go. Which one's the conch then? People get. Hang on. Is this one the conch, people? Wait, hang on. This one feels conch-esque. Not conch-esque. Is that a conch? That feels like a conch. Regardless, I'm eating that.
I can taste what I can in my mouth. I'm tasting what you're seeing. Anyway, Dan James, run it into the box. Areola collects well.
I'll tell you what. You talk about the game for a bit. I'll just eat. This is beautiful. Usually I can't do this. This is great. You go ham, mate. If you want any comments pulled up, let me know. I'll click it.
Yeah.
Go ham.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. For those that care about what's going on in the game, Ben Johnson, he's running down the left-hand side, gives it to Vlasic. Vlasic cuts inside on his right foot. Oh, stops on a dime, cuts back into the box onto his right foot. See, that's the bit more confidence from Vlasic that we'd like to see. Rice spreads the ball wide to Johnson. Johnson looking to maybe cut back onto his right foot to deliver the ball because he's not as confident on his left foot. He's doing some sort of roly-poly. He's got it into the box. It's a corner West Ham down the left-hand side.
Some sort of roly-poly was my favourite part of that.
Yeah, but he did some weird 360 spin. I don't know what went on.
You did go a little bit like the Little Mix woman doing Jamaican there for a second. You did go a bit there. Wally World with the $10. Thank you very much, Wally. Love to see you. And on the blessed day that Ryan Fredericks is playing as well. James, to finally answer your question, I did see it. I apologise. No.
Corner ball comes in across. Meslier deals with it well. Punch is clear.
I need to.
Gives it back to Bowen. Do you know what's... I've actually finished and platinum bug snacks on PS5.
I know. That's the worst part. Tom, in the meantime, has got a PS5, which is difficult enough to do in the first place. Got Bug Snacks, platinumed it. It's an issue. It's an issue.
It was Rebecca. Rebecca said, when we first got the PS5, we were like, right, are we going to play Astro Boy? It was like, yes. Will I do FIFA? Maybe in a little bit, but I really want Bug Snacks. I was so against it. One of my favorite games of all time. So good. So good.
It's a beautiful game. It's Bug Snacks. Talking about Bug Snacks, you know?
And especially at the end when everybody has all of the different bits attached to them and stuff like, Snorpy and the rest of wild. Just wild. Anyway, Junior Firpo. Junior, do you just is it like a plate that just refreshes your toast? It was like the old Harry Potter mugs that when it would appear after it had gone down, like a Marauder's map cup. It's just like your toast seems to just come out exactly looking the same golden.
No. I only have 2 pieces, right? But because obviously I was doing it half time where I needed to relieve Geo quickly. So I just put it in the toaster, washed it down, didn't think about the levels, didn't turn the knob, didn't think about the levels at all. Went toilet, and then just when I came back, it popped, and I was like,
"Did you wash your hands though before you were eating your toast?"
Did I wash my hand? Did I? Okay.
Any movement on our bench?
Explain. I needed flavor. Sorry, carry on.
Any? Just a little bit of pepper sauce from. Any movement on our bench? No, but there is a lot of Leeds staff currently just standing on the touchline. Firpo's coming off. It looks like he may have gone off for his earlier injury, which I think in the first half he looked like he'd sort of clashed his head. Maybe he was seeing many Mesliers in front of him. But he's coming off anyway, is what I would say. But no movement from our bench. Put it this way, I think I would like to say I'd like to see Okaflex before Yarmolenko, is what I would say this afternoon.
You can like what you want, mate. It's not going to happen.
But the thing is, Yarmolenko's even been stripped of his obligatory 5 minutes every single week at the moment. He hasn't had them for quite some time, so we may be due a 10-minute performance from Yarmolenko.
The thing is, and I said this, right, for example, when Mipo Odebeku came on against Manchester United, and then Gio was on the watch along because he came on for extra time. And then when Mipo came off, I said, I hope you enjoyed seeing Mipo. You're never going to see him again. Moyes doesn't play youth players. I don't want to sit. I'm not sitting here criticizing him. I'm not saying anything that deep. It's not that bad. But realistically, he just doesn't do it. He just doesn't do it. As much as we all want him to, he doesn't. I would love to see Okaflex. I want to see more of Okaflex. I'd like to see more of Elisi, for example. It's not happening. He will bring on Yarmolenko 9 times out of 10 more.
I just want to see Okaflex simply for the fact he has the best name in the entire first team squad.
Armstrong Okaflex. Unreal. Unreal.
If his dad was not a bodybuilder, they've missed a trick there. Like,
if his parents, right?
Flex.
His parents were called Okaflex, and they went, "What should we call our child?" Armstrong. They nailed it first time out of the gate. No messing. It's such a perfect name. They've killed that. It's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
If you are a Leeds fan and you are on here, you cannot catch a break though, because that's another first team injury for you as well, which is just. I feel bad. Poor Ed is down there today. He went down on the National Express coach first thing this morning. And another first team injury, which I guess benefits us because we do have them next week. Join from inside.
I did speak to him. He said, if you need to, would you reckon I should join from the ground? I was like, yeah, right. Okay. But I think now would maybe be a harsh time to do it. But at the same time, why not?
Clips, that is absolutely beautiful. It's just 10 out of 10 for you. Look, Charlie doesn't even have to look at the screen to actually click on the comment.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. That is fantastic. It's just beautiful.
Thanks, man. Going back to my toast now. Enjoy yourself.
Okay. I'll go to the chat. Watching Yama, Luke Legend, shout out Luke from Peaches Streams. Watching Yama lose the ball, then feign injury so he doesn't have to run back is a joy to the game. He's mildly frustrating. I can't lie. Or just the simple fact that he just doesn't give a toss every single time he comes onto the pitch. And you're supposed to be the freshest player out there, and he looks like he's just been doing like 85 to 90 minutes.
I think he's all right, but we'll move.
not nibbling. I'm not nibbling. Providing we hold out 450 FA Cup fourth round draw, no doubt we get City or Chelsea. It is in the pipeline. You just know it's going to happen. I'd love to get, for once, maybe a Kidderminster, maybe Boreham Wood or someone like that. But then again, the famous gift from Gonzo was birthed at, where was it? Mansfield away or some
nonsense like that,
where we lost like 3 or 4-0 and there's just Gonzo in the front row.
Wait, go on. Yeah, wait. Or the one where it zooms in a bit. You have to excuse everything's all over the shot because I've been right. What about if you got the one where it zooms in a bit and he goes like that? That's a good one. Hamish Chat snood fully on.
Yeah, I know. Repping on BT Sport. But yeah, anyone think will pay for not getting a second? I guess when they've got Rafinha and all that on, I mean, potentially. There's always going to be a chance, especially the fact they brought Stuart Dallas on as well. I think
there's an opportunity to happen, but
I give him too much credit. I guess that's because I'm a closet Leeds fan over here, but it's so painful for me because I want Leeds to do well. I know. It's just difficult.
Dude, I spend half my time giving respect to the opposition. I won't worry too much about it.
I had to sit in my barber's the other day, and it looks like a 6-year-old's bedroom. It's just like Leeds. It's just got Leeds stuff all around the walls, Leeds clocks, Leeds everything. Soam Banerjee. Long time no see, Soam. How are you doing? Nearly conceded. Okay, so what happens then? Cody Drammer passes it back out wide into Rafinha, who's very deep right there. Plays the ball inside.
Antonio.
Into Jack Harrison. Back to Rafinha. Quick, short, sharp passing. Jack Harrison on the ball. Plays it wide. Out to Dallas. Dallas knocks it back stick. And it comes to Click. Oh, my word. Dan James. If only he wasn't an athlete with a football boot.
If only.
I'm going to have to quickly go and get my vape juice, but I shall return.
Okay. I'll see you in a sec.
I shall piece the scene.
Look, we're talking about a second, potentially. I mean, ideally, you want a second, right? You want to nip in quickly and get a cheeky second. But ultimately, it's one of those ones where, like, it's one of those ones. No comment. It's one of those ones where, realistically, they're not creating a hell of amount. I don't know. I need to double check this. Let me double check the stats. Let's double check the stats quickly because I feel like we're still dominating in every position. Let me hit one of these quickly. Where is it? Where's the button I'm looking for? Here it is. If we hit one of those just very quickly, I don't know if you're going to be able to see me. You can't. But if we go down to shots, can you see shots? You get dribbles. Oh, you can't. Wait. We can get there. We can get there, people. We can get there. Hang on. No, that's that. That's not what I want to move. Wait for it. That's that. Wait for it. Wait. There we go. There you go. We're still absolutely dominating shots wise. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where yes, they are sneaking in, but it's not there yet. We can talk about it, but it's just not. They're not looking the most dangerous you've ever seen in your life.
Oh my god! I thought you transformed into a live score.
Yeah. I do that now. I transform into who scored at any.
For those that were asking about movement on the bench, yes, James Gunn was right. The fornicator is down there on the bench. Obviously, just come back from injury from COVID. Or if you watched the FA Cup game yesterday between Millwall and Palace, poor Clive Tilsley was calling it COVID.
Mate,
you can't have a go at Clive because he's a legend in his own right.
He's a G. You can't say anything. Olise, by the way, what a boy. Man got done in the head by a bottle, and then he went, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, there we go."
Some more boys.
There we go.
Yeah, that game had everything bar the racist behaviour, unfortunately. But there was everything else. There was homophobic abuse. There was bottles thrown. There was just Millwall. What can I say? 3 games in a week will be 75th minute before the first substitution. Classics Moyes run the team into the ground. Yes, but a fit team is what I would say. Fit team at that. I think part of him wanted to play the first team because he wanted to keep that momentum going over the last few weeks. Because obviously there's been, I guess at the moment you can't guarantee when games are going to be played. That is impressive.
Pivot tables and that.
You can't guarantee if the game's going to be on with COVID or not. So maybe he wanted to keep that consistency. in a sort of with the players, etc. I don't know if that's the right thing, but
I'm also working on a theory. Never happening. I'm also working on a theory that he doesn't think of a first team or a second team, or he doesn't think of a league team or a Europe team. He thinks of a weekend side and a midweek side. Because like if we were playing any other team but Norwich midweek, then maybe there would be an element of like concern or changing it up or anything. But it's Norwich. If we're not beating Norwich, we should be able to switch it. It's just not the same. It's not fast. We should be able to play our weakened side against them. And
I just realised what you said. Sorry, it's not. It's not a no, you're right.
It's not the same. It's not the same. We should be able to play our weakened side against them. Lanzini's come off for Pablo Fornals now. Just FYI.
He has indeed. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Is it was a massive risk. Hello, GP. It was or the Cookie Monster. It was a massive risk to play both those centre halves, especially listen if Dawson is actually carrying an injury like he is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We've all been there.
You see, what you do at that point, right, is you just quit the game, but make sure you save before you go into the game.
Disgraceful behaviour. Disgraceful.
Listen,
behaviour.
I've got a cracking FM save going at the moment. I decided usually when I get FM, I take West Ham, and then I sort of see as for how far I can get, and then I sort of get bored and whatever.
Yeah,
at the moment, Wrexham to the Premier League. We're currently in League One.
All right, Ryan Reynolds.
Listen,
all right.
They sold the club.
Penny.
When I got into League Two, they sold the club. They ditched them.
They made their dock and they got out. They left. Do you know who was an actual baller though? Like genuinely, Rebecca. That is it's very true. Rebecca said, I was talking to Rebecca about FM once, and she said that she was like, oh, Tom was cheating, and then he made my Mark Noble like a 21-year-old wonder kid or whatever, and I was like, yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, listen, the FM in-game editor is quite fun. I can't lie. Yeah, it's Jamal Hector Ingram can be signed on a free when you first get into the game, and he's beautiful for
that is a shout.
Football.
That's a strong shout.
Jamal Hector Ingram for non-league football is fantastic. He scored like 25 goals for me in the first season. Wrexham won Player of the Year.
Do you know what I was hyped about yesterday? Right, I was doing a transfer rumors video yesterday, and I was looking. This kid we've signed, the Callum, whatever his name is, the 17-year-old we signed from Linfield.
Yes.
Have you seen who Linfield's manager is at the moment?
No.
David Healy.
Oh wow.
I was very excited about this fact. Wow. That Northern Ireland legend, David Healy, scored that one time against England, and now he's out here managing the Northern Irish champions. What a boy. Just doing bits. This is the sort of fun stuff I get up to in my life. Looking up Linfield on Wikipedia. Scenes. Absolute scenes.
Just absolute scenes. I didn't know much of him, though. Derby's quite a hard say. Yeah, I can imagine, because you're like, what, 20-something points behind at the start of the season? Especially because I go on the online and download all of the files, so you get all of the kits and all of the things. It takes an absolute age, but
we'll do it for Football Manager, but won't do it for PES, and then sits there and going, FIFA's better. I will say, if you're up for the idea of Derby, everyone, if you haven't already, check out M_Breezy, right? M_Breezy on YouTube, on Twitch, right? West Ham dude. Lovely guy. Watch his Hamish chat. I know him. He's a lovely man, but he's doing a Derby save at the moment on his YouTube channel. I'm giving it the rep it deserves now because he does bits, and I just want to shout out. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying what Luke said. I don't play video games because I'm an adult. I will stick with Lego, thanks. Listen, Luke.
It's fair.
Rebecca will tell you the pain that we had with Lego. Just because when I was moving out of my mum's and I had to get everything together. It basically, this is the worldly possessions that I own on the shelf behind me. Yes, it's.
I mean,
many worldly possessions.
You got books.
Oh yeah, that makes me look like I'm intelligent. It's just loads of boxing books.
Oh, yeah. I look at what's behind you and I go, oh, intelligence.
Listen, that is intelligence. We got Pokemon cards up here. We've got. Listen, we've just it's a shelf of just fun.
I mean, look, I respect it. I mean, I've got that. Look, I moved out. You know how I moved out, so it was in a mild hurry. So mine's worse. I've got Danny DeVito now, which is beautiful. But you can see on mine, I've got a rainbow. I've got a little Fall Guys geezer, an on-air sign, a lovely pop vinyl of my girl that someone bought me wonderfully. I've got Joker's hat, and actually, while we're here, because I do it every time I see it. Hang on. If you haven't already, Clips' DVD. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And already, make sure to go buy Clips' DVD. Why not? I don't even know if you're still selling it, Clips, but if you are, there you go.
And Lisette Broomfield, any chance of commentating on what happened with Fredericks? Yes, I did see he drove to the byline. Instead of cutting the ball back, he just sort of, I don't know, he just tried a fizz shot across goal, and it went wide. It went wide. Has the game finished? No, it hasn't. There's still another 10 minutes plus extra time. May not be as many minutes added on. As apparently Spurs have just scored to make it 2-1. I did see Liverpool were losing 1-0 to Shrewsbury as well. Whether or not that is still the same score, I don't know. Fredericks isn't that good. He's just not good. Would you believe it, Charlie? The other day, from an elite trainer box, I actually managed to pack a Pokemon card in value in a PSA 10 that is nearly £500.
Oh, love that.
Big place.
Love that.
I've been revisiting my youth, just getting involved in just Pokemon cards again over Christmas. That was what I was doing. As you do. He did have them both screaming for. I mean, look at that.
I've got Pokemon coasters about as well now. The others are somewhere. I've got 4. They're around the house and places.
Fredericks, yeah, he did have both Rice and Bowen screaming for the ball, and then he just smashed it across goal and missed. But to be fair, though, I mean, Ryan Fredericks literally hasn't played for God knows how long, is it?
A while.
They're checking for handball, I think, but it looks like it came off of Johnson's shoulder. Mario Balotelli-esque, one of them.
Wyoming.
To be fair to you, I'm shocked that Antonio's not been subbed off yet, especially with that little injury that he sort of was carrying in the first half. Seems a little bit interesting.
We don't have enough striker. Not that he plays up front most of the time. He's on the wing, but we move.
Oh, Johnson, that is. I mean, that is wild. The ball literally, Somerville just pinged the ball across, and Johnson, instead of heading it out, has just gone like that.
Prime FIFA Street on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, like Mario Balotelli in his prime. Fredericks can do a job. I mean, listen, he can, but I don't disagree with that, but I just think there's so many players ahead of him at the moment now in the pecking order that it just, I mean, the fact that Harrison Ashby's coming through as well, I think his time may have come to an end.
I think Fredericks I think he's all right,
Somewhere, wherever Wally is driving after he donated he may have crashed at the wheel, since we're talking about it.
I'll be honest when it comes to Fredericks, yeah. I think he's not too bad. I think he's a decent enough he's obviously got deficiencies in his game defensively, right? But his pace makes up for that most of the time. You want to talk about recovery tackles? He's one of the best recovery tackles in the team, and it is. Don't get me wrong, mostly because he's so bloody fast, you can't stop him. But he still does it. He still does what he needs to do. And then I think you look at it in a more broad sense. I think in January we literally don't have any space in a more broad sense.
Broad, I like that. Yeah,
we don't have the depth in this team to be able to let people like Ryan Fredericks go. Don't get me wrong, we have 18 fullbacks, we have 18 right backs, but he can do a job further forward as well. And I think it's the same with Masuaku. I think you can't afford to let him go. Because you only have
the one.
Because you only have one left back after that. But B, also because realistically he can do a job slightly nice tackle by Issa Diop. You can, I don't think you can.
It's as ironic says there, Fredericks is so not all right at our level or where we want to be. I
agree with that. Don't get me wrong.
I think there is a level that we need to get to. I think this comes with the whole sort of board splashing, and when they say break the wage budget, I don't necessarily see it as breaking the wage. Sort of, excuse me, long day yesterday. I don't see it as breaking, because if you're going to bring in world-class players, most of them are going to be over $100,000 a week anyway. So if that's kind of the level that you want to get to,
and sustain, that's the kind of expenditure that you're going to have to
But
rely on.
but it's not even world class. You're just talking about elite, right? Like Aaron Cresswell, I think, is an incredibly good left back, right? Last season, Aaron Cresswell was my second for Hammer of the Year for me, right? Or second or third. There was an argument to be had, right? But I think he's brilliant. Luca Digne is better than him. He just is, right? And when you look at Luca Digne, you're like, that is a left back who comfortably could play in the Champions League. Comfortably could play in the Champions League.
Well, once Cresswell did with Barcelona, and before that,
PSG.
Yes,
and before that, who was he in between? Was it Roma?
Yes, that is a great shout. He was indeed.
But yeah, like, that is a player who can comfortably play. Now, Cresswell can't comfortably play in Champions League. He can do Europa League, but he's also of the age where you're like, okay, it's a thing, right? If you want to upgrade those sort of players, which we have a lot of in the team, you know, Jarrod Bowen, I would probably argue is one of them. He can comfortably play in Europa League. The jump to Champions League at this point in his career is probably slightly early, but the signs are good. And we've got a couple of players like that who could do that sort of thing. Mikel Antonio, another good example. If that's the case, then should we really be like going, oh, well, he's breaking the wage rider? His wages aren't even King Arthur.
Jesus.
Kevin Nolan. Look, Kevin Nolan respects him. Why don't you? Let's be real about it. His wages aren't as high as even some of the highest wage players in our squad anyway. I know we run hot and cold, but actually our wages right now are in an incredible position. Geo did a video the other day on the channel with Kieran Maguire. We're at 67%. 67% of our income's going towards wages, which is healthy. UEFA recommends 70%, so that's like a healthy
on the
number.
Attack. Cody Drammer driving down the right hand side. Ronaldo chops it back in onto his left foot, cuts it into Somerville looking inside onto his right foot, passes it to Click. Is he going to score a goal? He doesn't know. He passes it out to Harrison and Dan James. It literally hits Dan James and goes out for a goal kick. When I mean it hits Dan James and goes out for a goal kick, it just hits his left foot. He didn't even know that the ball was coming. I mean, that's wild.
But secondly, even if he was going to break wage budget, and you're significantly upgrading the team and the first team and the squad. That's what you do. You spend the money to do that.
Dan James.
He's tumbled there. He's taken a big old tumble.
Oh my god, the ball has literally clipped Dan James's leg, and he is.
Do you know what the ball looks like? By the way, the ball looks like. Do you remember that old Premier League one, the one that was white that had the red sort of hook that went round it like that? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Reminds me of that. It's beautiful.
That is an intriguing sub. Nikola Vlasic taken off, Arthur Masuaku on. Don't forget, it will go to extra time and penalties if Leeds manage to get an equaliser in the next 5 to 6 minutes, which I do find interesting.
Masuaku's beard looks fake.
Of all the things that you could say, it's got a fake beard.
It looks like a Lego beard.
It does. It does. I don't know why.
It's not sculpted like yours. Do you know what I mean? It just looks like he's lobbed it on.
Listen, mate. Do you know what my barber said to me the other day, right? I bought a cutthroat razor for a long time, and Somerville drives into the box down the right-hand side and knocks it out for a goal kick. Heavy touch. I used to put like a cutthroat razor on my lines. I don't know what you call here, just to make it look a bit sharper. Sure. And then I went into the barber office the other day, and because I've only sort of recently moved, it's the first time I've been to this barber. I went in there and he looked at me and he went, "Have you tried to cut lines in your beard?" And I went, "Yeah." And he just looked at me and just went, "Never do that again." He's like, "Just come and see me. You've made a mess of it. I'll do it." I was like, fair enough.
I don't bother, bro. You know me. I don't bother. I just get straight in there. I get the clippers, and the beard trimmer clippers, and you put the like ting on it. You zoom it down to number 3. Bang, 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 bang. Done. We move on with our lives. Do you know what I mean?
We move on. We move on. But as somebody that I can't remember who it was about that asked before and said, would you rather sort of like Johnson on the right and then back on the left and whatever it is. The ball comes through. Leeds defenders missed the challenge. Antonio cuts inside and he has been tackled by Koch. 4 minutes of injury time. Apparently the chat are saying left to go. We have all been there. For me, I think it is a question of sort of, I think Deeney makes most sense. Chelsea supposedly really do want to call Emerson to save themselves some money, which fair enough. They've got enough people out on loan anyway. And it's not like he's had a step down because he's been playing at Lyon anyway. So, yeah. As Leeds spurn another chance as Cody Drammer just passes it straight out behind Areola's net.
Tried it, to be fair. Tried it. I'm down from the Manscapes. Love that. I don't know if our code still exists, but if it does, use it. I don't know. I don't even remember what it was at the time, but there you go.
Manscaped.
Manscaped. Yeah. It's like, I can't think of a joke. We're going to move on. I'm going to move on.
Oh, Yarmolenko's coming on for his obligatory 2-3 minutes of play. I've just spat. I got so excited. Yarmolenko coming on. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's.
He looks clean shaven, doesn't he? Bloody hell.
He does. New year, new Yarmolenko. Although not probably the best time to bring on. We are playing a team that predominantly wears yellow, so he may score an own goal. Who knows?
Oof.
As Diop plays it out onto the touchline, Leeds throw down into West Ham's left-hand corner. There is only 3 minutes left of added time, or 2 minutes if you are ahead of us right now.
I've now just got the Thomas the Tank Engine theme song in my head.
Leeds coming on the attack. Great challenge by Thomas Souček. Back out to Mateusz Klich. Klich tries to fire it across. It hits right in the back of the dome. Also, Angelo Bono, I've missed saying and seeing the dome. The big
dome
shiny
it's
dome.
not about, man. You know what I mean, man?
Somerville, who's very quick at his feet, tries to cut to the byline past Johnson, cuts it back onto his left foot, swings the ball across. Jared Bowen in there doing his defensive work. You just love to see it. The ball's come back out wide to Stuart Dallas down the left-hand side. Dallas shaping up against Bowen, cuts past him. Nope, decides to come back into his right foot. Passes it out to Jack Harrison. They're just passing it round the edge of the box at the moment. Back to Forshaw. Rice tries to make a challenge. Masuaku fails at football. Johnson back out to Drama. Drama on his right-hand side. Tries to cut it across. Johnson gets in.
I'll say this quickly while we're at a break. Remember, everyone, that we do live watch-alongs every single match day on this channel. If there's a match going on, you're damn sure we're here. We've missed one in the sort of since we started doing it at the beginning, and that's
Meslier
right?
is coming up for the corner.
Make sure to come back, hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any of them. What I also say is now is the time.
Areola punches it away. Sorry, Charlie.
Oh, that's fine. Go on.
Was it back out to Klich? Meslier's retreating to his goal. Klich tries to ping the ball across.
Love to see a goal.
Well shielded out. Jack Harrison, left foot, cuts it across the box. That's another good header by Thomas Souček there. Back up to Fornals, who plays it over the top to Antonio. He's got one man to beat. It is Adam Forshaw, I do believe. Is he going to look up? Is he going to do a Mikel Antonio? He passes it. He cuts it across the Bowen. Meslier has come for it, and Jared Bowen slips it through the keeper's legs.
The slot home.
Through the legs. And makes it 2-0 to West Ham as we book our place in the fourth round of the FA Cup. You love to see it.
Love to see it. What a finish. What a lovely finish. Jared Bowen. First of all, shout out Mikel Antonio for actually passing. What a scene. Second of all, Jared Bowen with a beautiful little slot home. A beautiful slot home. Lovely commentating as well. Enjoyed that. It took me through it. Like it just carried me through the night. I loved it, you know.
Look at Yarmolenko just down there. He didn't even get his obligatory 2 minutes. He's just watching it all unfold with his hands on hips. I'll tell you what, very well done by Antonio. No, I was going to say very well done. That's the thing that we often criticise Bowen and Antonio for in the past. Very sort of blinkers are on and don't look up and try to find the man. But this season, both of them together have done much, much better at that. But a great finish between the legs of Meslier. And
now's the time to say, ladies and gentlemen, we are just we're almost at full time here. So quickly, while we still have time, lob in the chat your man of the match. Whoever gets the most amount of votes, judging by eye, is the winner. When we will decide who the Hammers chat man of the match is. In the midst of all that, Val M with the 9.99. Thank you very much. Y'all to get a hat trick. JK, thanks as always, boys. 2-0 West Ham. Love that. Imagine if
he actually gets his minute. Look, he's coming on. Freshly shaven Yarmolenko for Antonio.
Freshly shaven, freshly saved.
Antonio who's popped a collar.
And here he is. He always does this. It's very odd, isn't it? Glenn's here. My G. What's up, Glenn?
He's got a big game coming up this afternoon against Nottingham Forest, especially for Charlie Patino.
Love that. Just knowledge. I've got no clue what he's going on about. I love
it. What a game. What a game. And it is full time at London Stadium. West Ham are into the fourth round of the FA Cup. A hard-fought 2-0 win. Leeds didn't make it easy for us. They never will do. We didn't maybe play at our best, but we got the job done. He put out a full-strength side. We're in the fourth round of the Cup. You literally cannot ask for any more than that. But I would say, even though for man of the match, I like what I saw again from Vlasic today. Probably, obviously, Lanzini will end up getting man of the match. I thought the way he sort of came deep at times to get involved and knit the play together, I thought that was. We're seeing a lot of the old Manuel Lanzini, but no, Nikola Vlasic for me again stood out today. I think hopefully his time will be coming very soon. But no, it's really good to see Lanzini back in form. I think that's the main thing.
I say the chat sort of seems to agree with you. Quickly, I'm just having a little scroll through. I'm seeing a lot of Lanzinis. Lauren, I believe the draw is at 10-2. So that'll be coming up. We will be doing a live watch along for that on the channel after the review. So make sure you stick around for that. It'll be the review, and then we'll have a live cheeky watch along for the thing. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. And I can say us for the first time in a long time. Thank you for joining us for the watch along. We genuinely do appreciate it, as always. Make sure to come back because we do watch alongs every single time. However, we do have a live review about to start on the channel. I will spam that link in the chat for you now.
Phrase.
Yes, Tom, come up with a phrase that we want the boys and the girls to go and spam in there.
Okay, if you go into the watch along now and go and spam.
You got this.
I just want to see Danny Dyer, but I want to see the female version of Danny Dyer. I want DANI.
Danny Dyer, the female version, spam that. Once more, thank you, everyone. Thank you to Val M. Thank you to Wally World. Thank you to Rebecca. Thank you, Dan James. And thank you, Glenn Marshall, of course. And thank you to everyone for joining us. We'll be back, like I say, for the watch along for the live draw in a bit. But until then, go to the review. Check it out. Danny Dyer, the female version. Spam it. See you later, everyone. Come on, you irons. Big place. The boys were deployed. Come on. Let's go. Bye, everyone. Bye.